Fans, please rise, remove all cover, and welcome Tori Whitney for the performance of our national anthem. Your Revolution basketball fans, always be aware of basketball's demand at the stand. If you'd like to be reseated behind the contested netting, please alert us when we will accommodate you. This inning brought to you by Miller Lite. Miller Lite, the original light roaster beer for 21 days, producing exceptional color and flavor, not usually found in a 96-calorie light beer. Available ice cold and ready to enjoy on the first and third base concourse. Miller Lite, it's Miller time.
Good evening, everyone, from PeoplesBank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to game number 89 of York Revolution Baseball as we hit the air coming right out of the Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly. And tonight, the Revs playing host to the New Britain Bees opening game of a 3-game series. Hi again, everybody. Daryl Henry alongside Michael Markey and Tanini. Welcome to Revs Baseball, second half of a big homestand, and the Revs taking 2 out of 3 from Southern Maryland over the weekend. Tonight, it's the Bees, one of the teams that they're in competition with for a potential wild card spot. Obviously, time will tell how all of that plays out, but the Revs come in tonight 1 game behind New Britain in the overall standings. The Bees are 1 game behind Long Island in those overall standings for a potential second wild card spot. And tonight begins a stretch of 10 in a row on which the Revs will play only those 2 teams. 2 3-game series here at home against New Britain and a 4-game visit to Long Island coming up this weekend. The Revs will see the debut of right-hander Carl Bryce on the mound here tonight. He makes the start. Jonathan Sanchez with some tendonitis has been placed on the inactive list and heading back home to Puerto Rico to rehab, and I'm sure that had something to do with that last start that he made. So Bryce, who was acquired on Friday, debuts right now. We will hear from Mace at the end of the top of the first inning. Darren Ford digs in. Our Dasher Investment Services first pitch tonight is up high, and we're in a hurry. First pitch is thrown at 6:29 tonight. 95 degrees on the stadium board, mostly sunny. Weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. As Ford watches the next one, it is across for a strike. We'll set the Bees lineup for you here on the fly as well. Bryce, a nice smooth overhead windup. He's 6'4", 220. Turned 25 later this month. Pitch is on the outside corner. Strike 2 called, a slider. Native of Jackson, Mississippi. Now, he had been in the Empire League, which is where Dominic Severino was last year when he first came to Bridgeport. Pitch here is chopped deep short, dent to his right. He gloves it, off balance throw on a hop. It is a little late. First base Joe Del Balso was ready to call out, but realized that Ford had legged it out. It's an infield hit. Bees lineup, it's Ford in center, Brock Stassi, the first baseman, hitting second. Davidson Romero at third base will hit third. Matt Tuiasosopo in left field is hitting cleanup. Jovan Rosa, the DH, bats fifth. Jamar Walton in right field hitting sixth. Jonathan Galvez at second base batting seventh. James Skelton, the catcher, will hit eighth. And Vinny Sienna is at short hitting ninth. Here is Stassi. First pitch is down and in, off the glove of Cruz, who can't find it. It goes to the backstop, and right away, the Bees with a runner at second, nobody out. It's a wild pitch. And Ford with an infield hit is now in scoring position right away.
Well, that's difficult, and ball not even hit out of the infield, and then you get a guy at second base just a couple minutes later. It's tough. Dent did all he could on that ground ball, and then that one unfortunate to get away from Cruz, but Bryce, sure, the emotion's running high. This is the highest level of independent ball that he's pitched at, so just needs to settle down right now, trust his defense.
Alrighty, the 1-0. And a line drive toward the middle. Dent dives, can't reach it. It's into center, and they hold Ford at third as Witherspoon slips on the throw, and he ends up sprawled out in the grass looking to replace a divot. Throw is in and cut off. It's first and third with nobody out. I'm not sure if Ford hesitated to make sure that that ball got down and through. Is that why they stopped him at third?
I'm a little surprised that he stopped as well, or at least I would have expected at least an aggressive turn and then a hold. But I mean, well, first the runner Ford was at third base before Spoon picked it up in his glove. That's what surprised me.
Now the Bees an early threat. By the way, they are in their alternate yellow or gold Hardware City jerseys tonight. Revs are in the alternate black jerseys and hats. First pitch to Romero. It's a breaking ball over for a strike. Romero, an all-star selection, won the home run derby. It's hitting at 272, 11 home runs, fifth in the league in RBIs with 53. Both of these teams 12 and 13 in the second half, both right near 500 overall. There's the 0-1, and it misses outside. Our plate ump is Buzz Albert. Mentioned Joe Del Balso at first. Bill Reuter is at third. Overall, Revs are 44 and 44. The Bees are 45 and 43. Game number 89 for both teams tonight. It's been a while since we've seen them. As Carl Bryce, the righty, comes set, wearing number 38. He fires, misses down and away, and Stassi breaks for second. He'll advance as Cruz knocked it out in front of the plate, and it trickled a few steps in front of him. That will be a wild pitch, and good awareness from Stassi at first to break on that.
Oh, good job by Cruz to keep it in front. Now, good decision to keep the infield back early in the game, so if Bryce can get a ground ball to the left side specifically, that keeps Stassi at second. The run would score, but then you get the out at first. That'd be ideal.
And he'll induce a pop-up instead.
That
Foul
works.
ground behind the plate. Cruz is over, and he's got it. And there is out number one. That was a mile high, straight up, and just back and to the right of home plate, one away.
That'll work too, and that was another situation where, you know, it goes without saying a pop-up or a strikeout in that situation would be the best case. And Cruz has done a really good job recently catching those pop-ups. He has really good form when once he locates it in the air, he'll run to the spot, then get rid of the helmet, and then make sure he's under that ball.
Now Tuiasosopo with second and third, one down. He is hitting .233 with 4 home runs. The pitch from Bryce, it misses high and away. Bees have dropped 3 in a row. They won their opener at Somerset Thursday, but dropped the last 3. Now the stretch from Bryce. The 1-0, and in the dirt, Cruz drops down in front of that. A lot of times in this environment, you'll acquire a player and you have not had a chance to see them yet. Now, the Revs did get a chance to see Bryce throw in the side. He was one of the players that hand-delivered Roger Diaz back to York, drove him down. As here's a swing and a miss. Fastball at 90, up and away on the big cleanup hitter who swings through it. It's 2-1.
There you go. The chauffeur for one of your players ends up being one of your players a couple of weeks down the road.
Now the pitch, in tight, is all about connections. 3-1.
So what was it? Bryce was one of the guys driving him down, and then they saw he threw a bullpen for him while he was there?
He did.
Okay.
Fletch got to see good stuff. Pretty good command in the pen. The 3-1. It is a called strike. Fastball outside corner. Tuiasosopo was a half step toward first. It is a full count. Tuiasosopo, 5 years in the majors, the Mariners, Tigers, and Braves. Most recently with Atlanta 2 years ago. Second and third, 1 out. Here's the stretch from Bryce. And the payoff pitch. Swinging a high fly foul down the right field side. This is out of play into the bullpen, or the bullpen balcony area. It remains full. Tuiasosopo listed at 6'2", 235. Now the pitch. Swinging, he lines it at second. Harris lays out, knocks it down, scrambles to pick up. Throw to first will get him. But a run is in to score. 1-0 New Britain. And Ford, when he saw Harris dive and it squirt out of his glove, was able to break for home and make it. Zoe had to come forward to get the ball and throw to first for the out there. Officially, it's an RBI ground out. Stassi stays at second base on it, and the Bees with a 1-0 lead.
A good job limiting the damage there by Harris to be able to keep that in the infield. Of course, if he catches it in the air, no runs scored, and then you have 2 outs, second and third would have been better, but a nice play to keep it in front because that could have been 2 runs if it got through into right field.
And now Rosa, the DH, back from Mexico. First pitch is up and away. He was a guy that played just about every single day for them. First couple of years as a franchise. This year he's in his 14th game played. He had been playing for Piratas de Campeche.
I like that pronunciation.
He's just swinging a foul back against the net. 1-1. He's DHing. He's been a third baseman for them. Previously was with Bridgeport briefly. He's from East Hartford, Connecticut, then was in Southern Maryland. Stan Clyburn brought him to New Britain. 1-1, and he swings, fouls this one straight back. And he's hitting at .217 since coming back. 1 home run, 8 driven in. He's been a fan favorite up there the first 2 seasons. Here's the stretch from Bryce, the 1-2. And it misses outside. 93 on that one. Trying to limit them to 1 run here in the first inning tonight. Starting in place of Sanchez, who actually went on the restricted list officially earlier today. Back home with the tendonitis. The 2-2. And a ground ball left side past the dive of Casilla into left field. And Dotel overruns it. Now he'll fire it home. And they do hold Stassi at third. They were going to hold him, and then when Dotel slightly overran it, third base coach Miguel Gomez tried to quickly send him home, but Wellington a great recovery, and he threw a 1-hop strike to the plate. First and third for Jamar Walton.
Well, Brock Stassi's had an adventure around the bases. He had to stay at second on that low liner, and then on that play, the ball gets by Dotel a little bit, but good job by Wellington to recover and throw it right away. And Stassi, that's one where if he kept breaking instead of keeping his head turned to see where Dotel was with the ball, he could have been a dead duck at home plate.
Now here's Walton. First pitch way high. Cruz has to leap up, and Bryce has not been pinpoint. I'm sure there's some nerves involved. That was the 3rd hit that he's given up. He's allowed an infield hit. Stassi's single up the middle hit pretty sharply, and then Rosa hit it sharply, but Another grounder that found a hole. Here's a swing and a pop-up foul, third base side. That'll be watched out of play. And the Revs defense tonight, I should mention as early as we can, we'll set the lineup in the home half, but it's Dotel in left, Witherspoon center, Mitchell right. And it is Casilla at third base tonight. He dove on that attempt. That allows them to play Harris in the infield. Zoe is at second, Den at short, Nash at first. Pitch and a swing and a pop-up. And here is Alexi over by third. Walks forward and he gloves it, makes the grab over to his left. And the inning is over. 1 run scores on 3 hits. And 2 men left on. We've played a half inning tonight. Bees 1, Revs coming up. Now time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report with Mace. All right, Mace, so hosting New Britain tonight, coming off a big win in the walk-off yesterday. Get that 2 out of 3 against Southern Maryland. And tonight, looking at the lineup, you're going to move Alexi over to third base. Cuevas was released earlier today, but with Alonso coming back, you've got some added position versatility, huh? It's not just the talent that he brings, but a versatile skill set, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we're going to try to find a way to get all the guys in the lineup that can do some damage offensively. And Lexi's pretty versatile. He can play third base for us, and Dent could play there too. And we got 2 interchangeable guys on the left side of the infield. They can both play short and third base. We still have Castillo on the bench, who's done a really nice job for us filling in. And now with Zoe here, he can play second base. He can play outfield, all 3 positions. All our outfielders can move to all the different outfield positions, and we'll rotate the DH around with Telvin and Burgee and Melky, and then we'll just see what we can do in that way. And I won't play Harris at second base every day. I'll get him in the outfield too, because middle infield is tough on guys physically. I mean, it's just tough on your legs. It beats you down a lot quicker. So we'll start tonight and kind of have a little game plan, trying to move it around, and hopefully we stay healthy.
Well, it turns out that last start for Sanchez, he did admit afterward that his arm was barking, so he goes inactive today. You've got Carl Bryce making his debut in the starter's role, and with the kind of a young guy coming in, making the start, what do you expect? What do you want him to manage and accomplish out there in a debut game?
Well, he's been starting, so coming in, he's already built up to start, so pitch count shouldn't be an issue. The main thing is I want to see him throw strikes. I mean, that's the main thing I want to do. And in the bullpen, we've seen strikes and we've seen the ball down in the zone and pretty good movement, especially arm side movement. So, we want to see the same thing in the game and not try to make the game too quick and relax and just go out there and take 1 pitch at a time. That's all we're looking for. If they hit the ball and put it in play and find some gaps and ground balls through the infield, I mean, that's all part of the game too, because when we hit, we need to do that also. But, we can't defend the walks, and the walks almost got us yesterday.
Nice. Thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you.
All right, Alonzo Harris leading things off, a 1-2 count. Simon missed, then delivered a strike, then a swing and a miss on a slider. Here's the 1-2. And it misses in the dirt. Set the Revs lineup in a moment. 1-0 New Britain at the end of a half inning tonight. Alonzo 1 for 6 in 3 games, 2 starts, but he's got 3 walks, 5 steals, 2 runs. Pitch is grounded sharply past Romero at third and down the line, and Zoe around first, heading for second. He'll pull in and make it easily. He's there standing, a leadoff double. His first hit was yesterday on a bunt, and this one his first to find the outfield since coming back. Right past Romero on the backhand, and the Revs an immediate threat to answer.
Gets a pitch he can turn on, and that's an easy double for Harris, and might see him on third in a couple seconds.
Here's Alexi, who's 6th in the league in hitting, .324. And they moved him over to third tonight. First pitch is swung on, tap foul. It bounced up off Casilla's leg. And that allows them to not sit one of the outfielders. Mesa is DHing. They have Burgess on the bench along with Henry Castillo tonight. And the backup catcher, Diaz. Set this Revs lineup for you as Simon sets, Kyle Simon. The 0-1. And a liner right side base hit. Harris will move up to third. And they're at the corners. A quick flip to Galvez over from second near first, but Alexi diving back as Stassi, the first baseman, cut the throw. So it's first and third with nobody out. Zoe had to make sure that it was in between the fielders as Alexi hit that liner through into right, and it's first and third for Melky, who yesterday provided the walk-off hit.
And the way this lineup works right now for the Revs, top to bottom, there are no easy outs. And it seems like every time somebody gets on, the next batter, I'm thinking in my head, all right, this is the guy you want up, because they all can be that guy and be the guy to come through in the clutch.
Now Mesa DHing. First pitch is grounded left side. That's going to get through into the outfield. Base hit. We're tied at 1 as Zoe comes in to score. Leans forward at the finish line like a sprinter. And it's a 1-1 game as he crosses the plate for the third time. Now Mesa's coming out. And I'm not sure if, I wonder if they thought that Alexi was interfered with as he was approaching second base.
Yeah, and Alexi kind of held on to the second baseman Galvez as he was making the turn because, one, he didn't want to truck him, but also he needed him to get out of the way because that's a play where he could maybe get to third on. But Mesa just coming through. First pitch swinging, getting a pitch he can do just a little bit with, and he gets through.
Now here's Nash, breaking ball, called strike.
Here we go.
3 batters in, 3 hits. Revs have drawn even already. Mesa, an RBI single and the grounder into left. Here's the stretch, the 0-1. And it misses outside. Nash is 5 for 10 in 3 games with 3 homers, 5 driven in. A double and 5 runs scored. Simon ready. The 1-1, runners go. It misses high. Throw to third. A head first slide, and Alexi's in. And Mesa will follow down to second behind him. It's a double steal. And it's second and third with still nobody out.
All of a sudden, the Revs over the past couple weeks have added so much power to their roster, and they've also added speed. And it's a pretty sweet combination when you have guys hitting balls out of the ballpark at will, and then also picking up extra bags really whenever they want.
A second and third with no outs. It's like Simon's going to go wind up. Romero at third was still holding the ball, trying to pull a fast one on Casilla. You got it. Stayed on the bag. Now Simon with the pitch. And a line drive base hit left field. A rocket from Nash as Casilla comes in, and the Revs with a 2-1 lead. What an answer. 4 consecutive hits to start the night. And the big boy has his 6th hit and 6th RBI in his first 4 games back.
Carl Bryce is loving this. How do you like that? Come into your first game with a new team at the highest level of baseball you've played, and then you got these guys in the lineup backing you out there on the mound. It's been a hit parade so far. I mean, 7 hits so far combined for the 2 teams in the game. A hot night. The ball's going to fly. The ball's going to look like a beach ball out there. The Revs are making Simon pay right now, already regaining the lead.
That was a rocket. A mere single for Talvin, but the Revs with 4 straight hits have a 2-1 lead. A visit from pitching coach Mauro Gazzo. Revs lineup brought to you by Flying Feed. Harris at second, Casilla at third, Mesa the DH, Nash cleaning up at first. Up now is Wellington Dotel in left. He is batting 5th. Jared Mitchell on deck in right field to hit 6th. And then Luis Cruz catching, Ryan Dent at short, Travis Witherspoon in center. And here's Dotel, who's 7th in the league in hitting, .315. And there goes Nash from first. First one is low, and the throw goes into center field. Mesa coming home from third, and Nash will trot down to third base. 3-1 York, and the big man adds a stolen base to his line. here in his first 4 games back. He's at third with still no outs.
Pretty fun to watch, isn't it?
Man.
Even though he's not a base stealer, putting the pressure on Skelton behind the dish to come up with a quick throw caught off guard, the Revs get a run out of it.
Now the 1-0 to Dotel. That's down near the dirt. And a 2-0 count. First 3 have scored, and the 4th one is at third base with still no outs. 3-1 the lead for York. Here's the 2-0. That's in tight. And Dotel will operate on 3-0. He is tied for 3rd in the league in total hits with 98. Batting .330 with York, the 3-0. And it's over for a strike. At the knees from Simon, who comes into this one 6-5, .358 ERA, 7th in the league. Pitch. And it's a called strike. Man, did that look down. 3-2. Like Skelton was reaching low on it. Full count. Simon deals, and a swing and a miss. Comes all the way back to record his first out of the night. It's a strikeout of Dotel. 1 away, and Jared Mitchell coming up, and now with 1 out, the Bees will bring the infield in.
It's a big out there for Simon, but not a problem for the Revs. Jared Mitchell, one of the team's better hitters at the dish. Now a lefty-righty situation for him, and a drawn-in infield. Got to figure Mitchell find a way to get this 4th run in.
And here's the first pitch. It is down low. Mitchell at 274, 4 home runs, 30 driven in. And again in the number 6 spot in the order. Harris back and leading off. Pitch. It is down and in. So he's got a hitter's count to work with. Dotel was 3-0 before Simon came back to get him. Mitchell now at 2-0, looking for a good one to elevate or drive right through the infield. Pitch is outside. Luis Cruz, who's been hot in his own right, waits on deck. 3-1 the lead, and the Revs certainly want to at least get that 4th run home. Simon the pitch, swinging 3-0, and he chops it over the mound. Coming in is Galvez from second, and he reaches down to backhand and makes the throw. A green light, and with the infield in, Nash does not score. Mitchell hit it on a bounce over the pitcher, Simon, and it was up to Galvez to come in, and he did. He got down to handle the big hop on the backhand before it hit the grass.
And you can't fault Mitchell for swinging 3-0 right there. Simon pretty much had to come with a strike, even though first base was, a couple bases were open. But that's a case where you don't want to walk Mitchell, so you figure he had to come with something in the zone, and Mitchell just wasn't able to do much with it.
And now Luis Cruz. And the first pitch, taking all the way, it's a strike. He had his 11-game hitting streak snapped officially Saturday night. Batted .462 on it though, and he comes in hitting .268. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a foul tip off either Skelton or the plate on Albert. It's 0-2. Revs and Bees meeting for the first time since early June, and they will see each other for 3 series in August now. Bees are right back here for 3 more games next week. Here's the stretch, the 0-2, and a ground ball foul past Polo at third. Simon, who's 6'6", 220, a little bit of a 3/4 angle. He'll get sink and ground balls. And it went down and in on Cruz with that 2-seamer. Cruz staying alive though. Another 0-2. And a slider popped up foul and out of play, first base side. A lot of sinkers and sliders from Simon as he goes to the rosin bag. And he's known for control. 93 innings, only 19 walks, 58 Ks. 106 hits, opponents 289. Pitch to Cruz is ripped the other way, and past Galvez at second into right field, and the Revs do get that 4th run home. Nash steps on the plate, and down on 2 strikes with 2 outs, Luis Cruz delivers the other way. Galvez slid to his left, but the ball had some slice and ran right away from him on the sharp 1-hopper.
Cruz is really rolling right now. He was hot at the beginning of the season. It was so long ago that we forget about the hot streak he started the season on. It was pretty much without spring training. As soon as he got in the lineup, he was hitting. Then it really went cold. But right now, Cruz is hot, and you can't stop him at the plate right now.
Big first inning. Here's Ryan Dent, who takes inside.
Cruz now has 14 2-out RBIs on the season, 3rd on the team in that department.
Now the stretch, the 1-0 to Dent. Swing and a miss as he reached a little low on that one. A 4-1 lead. The Revs with 5 hits on the board this inning. Dent hitting at .255, 10 home runs, hit his 10th yesterday. Pitch is swung on, trickled foul. It actually went down off his foot and then out in front of the plate, 1-2.
Good, Rhino.
I guess technically Dent's 10th home run was Friday night, even though he hit it yesterday by the magic of our little time machine that we were in this weekend.
We went back in time. You ever watch Intentional Talk on MLB Network and the segment where they go, "We just went back in time," or something like that?
Here's a ground ball toward 3rd, and Romero comes up with it cleanly, throws to 2nd to end the inning. Hit pretty sharply, and the Revs score 4 times in the 1st. They do it on 5 hits, 1 error and 1 man left, and what a first inning. We head to the 2nd. It is 4-1 York.
Hey, Ron. That throw by Skelton might be huge for them.
Where?
Show your patriotism and Rev spirit with the new York Revolution Hat Pack. Get 6 undated ticket vouchers to use any way you'd like and 2 parking passes, plus an exclusive Revolution hat featuring the Revs logo in red, white, and blue. It's an exclusive design from York's own Legacy Athletic and one you can only get through this special offer. The Revs Hat Pack, 6 game ticket vouchers, 2 parking passes, and an exclusive Revolution baseball cap, all for just $75. Get yours while supplies last at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Dale E. Anstein is a personal injury law firm that specializes in auto and motorcycle accidents, workers' compensation, and personal injury cases. Anstein has been proudly protecting the injured in Central PA for more than 40 years and is proud to support the York Revolution. At Dale E. Anstein, consultations are always free and there is no fee unless they win the case for you. To learn more about Dale E. Anstein, or if you're in need of representation, go to AnsteinLaw.com. That's ANSTINE law.com.
Want to give your child the best birthday ever without hosting, planning, or cleanup work? Book a Kona Ice birthday party at PeoplesBank Park. Parties include a 2-hour feast, goodie bags for all guests, and Penn State Children's Hospital playground wristbands. The birthday child gets a custom Revs jersey, a ceremonial first pitch, and a customized Revs birthday cake. Birthdays in the Kona Ice birthday zone during a Revs game. Best birthday ever. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Start the 2nd inning. Carl Bryce delivers a strike on Jonathan Galvez, leading things off. Revs with a 4-1 lead. Pitch is swung on and missed. Good fastball away. Galvez starting at 2nd for the Bees, former Bluefish infielder. Here's the overhead wind, the pitch, and a swing and a line drive, left center field. Witherspoon on the move. It's going to carry onto the track, though. 1 hops against the wall, and it glances off up and over into the front of the playground area. It's a ground rule double for Galvez. And for Bryce, not what he wanted to do. Ahead 0-2. It's a leadoff base runner.
And the Revs did give him a 3-run lead to work with, and that was just a really well put together inning by the Revs, feeding off each other and stringing a couple knocks together. But for Bryce, it's all about just getting a shutdown frame, and even giving up 1 run in this inning is not the worst thing, but I'd like to keep it at that as the most and get a shutdown.
Right, here is James Skelton, who's hitting a .273 with a home run. Batting from the left, first pitch. It is outside. When they had Josh Tully, he was doing a lot of the catching, and they would put Skelton elsewhere. He's a versatile guy that's played other spots in his career. And now back behind the plate. Pitch to him is outside, 2-0.
Not really a catcher's build, and similar to Tyler Clark in the fact that they're not built like the traditional catcher, a little bit shorter and stockier, but Skelton's got that second base shortstop build almost.
Pitch here is a little high, 3-0. Tully was signed by the Tigers mid-season. Former Mets catcher. On the stretch, a look back, the 3-0. And there's a called strike. The Bees have had some big names come through this year with Tully. They have Brock Stassi, who Phillies fans certainly remember, Tuiasa Sopo. They have Adam Lowen in their bullpen, the former Oriole, the 3-1. And it's a called strike. Whoops. Skelton threw the bat away.
You might need that bat.
And he'll have a couple of words with Buzz Albert, as Bryce got that one to cut back onto the corner.
I was going to say he's probably going to need that bat back, and Joe Dahl took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Our crowd might pick that up.
Joe's pretty chatty early tonight.
Always.
Here's the stretch, the payoff pitch. Called third strike, outside corner. And Skelton down looking, 91 from Bryce, who becomes a fan favorite right away. They all get Moz sticks on him. That was the K-man.
How often does that happen where a guy's upset with maybe strike 1 or strike 2 and then ends up striking out in the at-bat? Well, he's the Bees catcher, so I'm sure he's going to tell Buzz Albert behind the dish that he needs that pitch for his starter, Kyle Simon, as well.
Here's Vinny Sienna. First one is in the dirt, backhand pick by Cruz. Revs a 4-1 lead here in the second inning. Sienna hitting at .234, 2 homers, 13 driven in. Galvez, the leadoff double, leads away. And now the 1-0. Foul tip, back to the backstop padding. Bees under first-year manager Wally Backman, who most recently had been managing in the Mets system, AAA, in Vegas. 1-1, and a swing and a high pop foul, right field side. Mitchell will look, but that's out of play.
It's got to be a fun time being a part of the Las Vegas 51s out there in Vegas. Now, I'm sure it could get old every once in a while, but just sure it's a cool experience out there.
They are due to get a new ballpark next year in a suburb of Vegas. Bryce the pitch. It's in the dirt outside, blocked by Cruz. Mace was a pitching coach in Atlantic City in the early days of the Atlantic League, so similar to Vegas, where there are, well, some other interests. Here's the 2-2. And a swing and a foul back over the roof.
Did they figure out what they're doing with that stadium down in Atlantic City? At one point there was like a 90-day window where they had to figure out if they could make it happen or not to come back and join an independent league.
Yeah, I don't think that window is up yet, but no definitive plans announced. It's the 2-2, and a swing and a foul tip at the feet of Cruz. Sienna hangs in there. So yeah, they had the window. I think they needed to find a potential ownership group for a team.
Right. Now, was Mace the pitching coach there when Polo played in Atlantic City?
I don't believe. Here's a line drive to right. Mitchell tiptoes back and he slips, goes down to a knee, but he makes the grab. That's 2 Revs outfielders that have slipped tonight. But Mitchell, as he looks down at a big divot, does hang in there to make the catch. 2 outs.
Well, it's tough. We're waiting on Dotel now and left. Well, he had that ball that got by him a little bit. Maybe, I don't know if the field condition out there could have caused that one to hop over his glove when it did.
I'm going to go to the top of the order and Darren Ford. But no, I think Mason Polo were a year apart in AC.
Okay.
Here's the first pitch to Ford. He pops it straight back up over us. That was closer than I thought it would be.
I was ready.
It's over to our left slightly. Well, that was going to be upstairs, but hey, don't ever assume. You know what happens when you assume, right, Michael?
Yep. Yep, don't do it.
Sometimes assume wrong. It's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Late on that fastball, and Bryce does have good ride on that pitch.
89 right there. We saw him top out in the first inning at 93. It's a young live arm right here, and hopefully able to eat some innings for the Revs tonight, get through the second unscathed.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2. And a swing and a fly ball to right. Mitchell hustles in toward the line, and he'll run it down, inning over on a lazy fly toward the line in right. And Galvez with a leadoff double does not advance past second base. Nicely done from Bryce in his second inning in the Atlantic League. We go to the bottom of the second tonight. It's the Revs 4, the Bees 1.
We are your auto loan experts. Hello, I'm Sue DeStefano, President and CEO of First Capital Federal Credit Union. With terms you can trust and competitive rates as low as 2.49% APR, First Capital is the first place to go when you're looking for an auto loan. At First Capital, you're a member, not just a number. You can apply for your loan online at firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any of our branches. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
When your kids are bored, your garage is overflowing, and your patio furniture is on its last legs, you need Penn Dutch Structures. Our selection of Amish-crafted sheds, swing sets, gazebos, and outdoor furniture includes everything you need to play, relax, and entertain all year long. Shop our impressive selection of in-stock structures or work with our professionals to customize a made-to-order structure that meets all your needs. Visit Penn Dutch Structures on site at the Markets at Shrewsbury, located off I-83 on the Susquehanna Trail. That's Penn Dutch Structures on site at the Markets at Shrewsbury.
Need to get some cash? No problem. Head to Royal Farms, step up to the ATM, and
get your cash for nothing, cause there is no fee.
Yep, that's the way we do it at Royal Farms. Some retailers charge to use their ATMs. We don't. Our ATMs are surcharge free, so you can always get
cash for nothing, cause there is no fee.
Anytime at all Royal Farms ATMs.
A bank or credit card fee may apply.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Bottom of the second, 4-1. The Revs in front. Travis Witherspoon gets the inning started as Simon catches the outside corner with a strike. 4-1. Bees a first inning run. Revs with 4. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a swing and a ball beaten foul against Spoon's foot. He yesterday made a game-saving catch in the 6th inning against Southern Maryland. Kept the Revs up by a run at the time, rather than down potentially by 2. Blue Crabs tied it in the top of the 7th, but the Revs won it in their half. Melky Mesa's walk-off hit, the 0-2. And it's beaten foul again, same pitch, same result. Simon with that sinking fastball down and in on a right-hand hitter. Righties have hit just 248 against him, lefties 339. Now the wind and the pitch. And a line drive, center field, base hit over toward left center. Travis Witherspoon takes it back up the middle. He's a leadoff runner, and the Revs with their 6th base hit, the first time through the order.
it's really been noticeable how often the Revs have had their leadoff man on over the last few games. In Southern Maryland, it seemed like every time Dotel let off an inning, he got on, and Harris, every time he let off an inning, he was on base, and then on second, on third, and then scored. But it just sets up everybody else so much better when they have guys on base in front of them to hit with.
Now Alonzo Harris, he led off the first with a double down the third base line. And there goes Spoon. First pitch breaking ball is low, and Skelton's throw is high. Leaping catch, Galvez, no tag applied. And Witherspoon picking up the stolen base game again here lately. That's his 13th of the year.
That's really good to see. Travis is such a weapon when he can get on and then use his legs, because it goes without saying with speed guys, if they're not on base, they can't really help you with their biggest asset. But Spoon just staying up the middle with that stroke and then able to pick up second.
And now a strike called, a slider on the outer edge, 1-1 to Zoe. He was down in the count, 2 strikes in the first inning, but started the whole ball rolling. First of 4 straight hits to start the night for York. The 1-1, and that's in the dirt outside as Skelton slides to his right to block it.
With my comment about Revs getting their leadoff man on twice in the Southern Maryland series, they got the leadoff man on 4 times in a game. And so far tonight, already 2 for 2.
Now Simon the stretch, the pitch, and a rip at third right at Romero. And he'll look Witherspoon back, throws to first for the out. That ball was scalded, but right at the hot corner, that's the definition of it. And there's one away.
Yeah, that was smoked. And Romero, good job staying down on it. That's one where it's hit so hard you may think it's going to take one hop up or maybe hits the lip of the grass, but that thing stayed low on the ground and Romero kept the glove down.
Now if Zoe keeps swinging it like that, he'll be productive. Here's Alexi as Simon turns and looks. They run her back. The Revs with the 4 straight hits to start the game. Pitch, that's down and away. Second time they've done that this year. They had not had that many in a row to start a game since 2016, but they did it in late June against Somerset, again tonight. The record is 5. Pitch is on the outside corner, backdoor slider for a strike. Twice they've had 5 hits in a row to start a game. 4 in a row, ties the third most since they've had 5 twice. Here's the 1-1, and that's down and away. Casilla single to right his first time, and he would eventually steal third and score one of those 4 runs. Spoon at second with 1 out, 4-1 York. Pitch, that's down and in as Alexi jumps backward. Simon in 3 starts against York this year, 1-1 with a 2.84 ERA, including a rain-shortened 5-inning 1-hitter here early in the season. Pitch to Alexi, chops it toward the middle. Galvez from second, breaks toward the bag, throw to first, pulls Stassi off. And Joe Del Balso, the first base said the tag was missed, and that Alexi is safe, and Wally Backman comes marching out.
It was really close, and it's such a tough call with a 3-man umpiring crew, because that's where he has to be over there with the man on first or with the man on second base, and he's not able to see that play over there. But it's one where you really have to make it. You really have to make it emphatic with the tag to probably get that call with the umpire there, and Alexi does a good job of hustling that out.
And he is going to be safe. Now Wally Backman questioning Buzz Albert as to how he couldn't see that. Wally convinced that Stassi's tag got him, but it's going to be first and third with 1 out. It'll be an infield hit for Alexi, who chopped it in front of second in the middle. Tough play for Galvez, and the result's proof of that. It's a little tougher play for a left-hand throwing first baseman as well, trying to reach all the way across.
Guess how many infield hits Casilla has now?
I'm going to say like 30.
Close, 33.
Really?
Yeah, guess the next highest total on the Revs. It is double digits, I'll give you that.
14?
11. It's Jared Mitchell with 11.
Wow. Here's a ball down low on Melky Mesa.
This could see his thing. More than a third of their infield hits as a team.
First and third, one out for Mesa. He had an RBI single in the first. The pitch swings, grounds it at short, backhanded by Sienna to second one. The turn just in time. And the Revs denied of the opportunity this inning as it goes 6-4-3. Sienna backhands, Galvez turns it. Bang, bang play at first. Mesa is out. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. We go to the third. It's the Revs 4 and the Bees 1.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Colin Cowherd.
Ben Simmons will change the league. Ben Simmons is different, folks. A 6'10" point. Long, tough. He is already an elite defender, unheard of as a rookie. He completely controls tempo. Most rookies walk into this league, and it takes them a while to catch up to the speed of the NBA. It's the opposite with him.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local and national sports. The Big Sports Talker also has you covered with news throughout the day. Catch statewide updates on news and sports from Radio PA. Stock reports with Your Money Now, mornings and afternoons. And national news updates every hour from Westwood One. Stay up to date while getting your sports fix all day. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Start the third, Revs with a 4-1 lead. Brock Stassi leads off, and Carl Bryce's first pitch is in for a strike. And we are very pleased to be joined by Liz Morales, one of the great volunteers with the American Heart Association, as Bryce fires and misses down low, starting our nonprofit spotlight on WOYK in partnership with the Revs. So Liz, welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Off to a good start in this one tonight, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a ball away. So tell us about your involvement with American Heart Association, how you got started.
Well, I became a volunteer not too long ago, but what really inspired me to become a volunteer is because my daughter actually was born with a congenital heart defect back in 2015. So last year she was the spokesbaby or spokesperson for the Open Your Heart campaign and raised money, obviously, and we just noticed how much her story impacted a lot of families and lives, and we thought, you know what, let's go ahead and be volunteers, because this is going to be something that impacts her life for the rest of her life, you know. So she actually was born with a congenital heart defect called transposition of the great arteries. So she had to undergo heart surgery at 3 days old. So it was a very nerve-wracking experience, but she is doing very well, and we are super happy to have her, and we enjoy every moment with her. And I think American Heart Association has a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Brock Stassi, a leadoff base runner. Carl Bryce went full count, just missed, down and away. Here is Davidson Romero, who fouled out to the catcher his first time up. And Bryce with the pitch. It is swung on loop to center. Witherspoon coming in, and it'll hang up for him. He runs it down, fires to first, and it got away from Nash in foul ground, trying to knock it down. It skips into the Revs dugout. And Stassi was on his way to second. He will be awarded third base. So Spoon trying to catch him napping, but that one got away. Runner at third with one down. Now, Sophia's here tonight, Liz. She looks great. Is she enjoying the game?
Oh, she loves baseball. So she has 3 older brothers who play baseball. So she's a big fan of baseball and of the Revs. So we're excited to be here.
So you've got your pink Revs hat tonight?
Absolutely.
Here is Matt Tuiasosopo. RBI ground out in the first inning. It's 4-1 York here in the third. And the first pitch, it is swung on, hit high in the air, deep left center. Dotel and Witherspoon both back. And Spoon climbs the wall, reaches up, just missed. It's over on the other side of the fence. It's a home run. Tuiasosopo with his 5th of the year. And the lead is cut to 4-3. He timed his leap, he scaled the wall, reached up, and it was just out of his grasp as it bounced against the front of the playground protective netting. Well, will Sophia make her way to the playground at some point tonight?
Oh, I'm sure she will. I am sure she will. That's probably the highlight of the baseball game, to be honest.
No, I don't blame her. Well, one thing I wanted to mention with you, Liz, we have the Heart Walk coming up September 15th. That's at John Rudy Park.
Yep.
Here is Rosa, who takes a little bit low. So I guess if you can provide a little bit of detail on that and the benefit of that, and also how folks can get involved to take part.
Absolutely. So, part of the American Heart Association's mission is to build healthier lives free from heart disease and stroke. And how we do that is encouraging everyone to participate in our Heart Walk. So, again, that takes place Saturday, September 15th at John Rudy Park. Last year, I was honored to share Sophia's story at the beginning of the Heart Walk, so that was really nice. It is a family and pet-friendly charity walk to raise awareness about heart health and raise funds for the American Heart Association. And it's also an opportunity to honor a loved one affected by heart disease. So we do recognize the heart disease and stroke survivors during the walk, and they usually receive a red or white hat, a baseball cap. There's a lot of information from our sponsors, and it's a very kid-friendly event too. So a lot of games and activities for the kids, and we like to say that registration starts at 9, so it gives everyone an opportunity to kind of visit all the activities, and then our walk kicks off at 10:30.
All right. Saturday, September 15th. Bryce got Rosa to roll out to third. Here is Jamar Walton with 2 outs, and after it hit one just past Nash's dive, foul at first base. He lays off a ball away. Revs will overshift on him. Left-hand pull hitter. 4-3 York, the 1-1. And a foul back against the netting. Now, if we run out of time this half inning, Liz, you'll be with us in the bottom half as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Get to some more items here.
Absolutely.
But I understand that there is a dog look-alike contest. Dog and owner.
Yes, dog and owner look-alike contest. Yes, there is.
Here's a swing and a miss. Change up down low gets Walton swinging, and we'll tell you about that when we come back, talking about the Heart Walk with the American Heart Association, September 15th. Bees do score twice in the inning on the home run. 1 hit, 1 error, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the third inning. It's York 4, New Britain 3.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
The Revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
Head to the bottom half of the third inning. It's a 4-3 Revs lead. Liz Morales, one of the great volunteers with American Heart Association, joining us this inning. They've been a long partner of the Revs. A lot of tickets at the game tonight, and one of our nonprofit partners that we're highlighting on WOYK this month as Talvin Nash leads things off. So we've got the Heart Walk at John Rudy Park the morning of Saturday, September 15th. As Simon winds and fires, and it's a little bit high. Again, the dog and owner look-alike contest at that walk caught my eyes. So what's up with that?
Yeah, so that's actually really interesting. I think my stepdad came in second place last year, so and he has a Labradoodle.
Nice. Here's a chopper to third that Romero handles and throws across for the out, 1 down. Now, what is? I guess that was a source of joking for about a year.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So what, do they try to dress like they're...
No, it's just how much you look like your dog.
Wow.
So
That's cool. Here's Dotel, who takes low. Well, the American Heart Association in general, the mission as Simon fires, and it's swung on, tap foul at the plate. Obviously, a lot of folks are affected, so give us a little sense, if you could, of kind of the mission in our area and how it works to help those in need.
Absolutely. So obviously our mission is to build healthier lives free of heart disease and stroke. And, one of the ways that we're aiming to have the greatest impact right here in our community is that we recently completed a community health assessment. And that identified some key areas that we needed to focus on. This included understanding the factors that have not always been the primary focus of our organization. So some of those things are including the impact of poverty, education, the access to insurance and healthcare, which obviously is a huge impact on our community. So we're just taking a collective approach this year and working with other community partners to develop a plan to address some of these concerns. So some of the things that we're doing right now in our area is we're improving the quality of life by encouraging heart-healthy lifestyles. We're making healthy options available to our children and adults. And this includes, just encouraging local children to participate in our Jump Rope for Heart and also in Hoops for Heart programs.
Okay.
Some of the other things that we're doing is we're trying to ensure healthy environments, like making our communities more walkable and eliminating smoking from some of the places around our community. That obviously makes a huge difference as well. And then we're also looking to change policy and advocating for a stronger clean indoor air law. And we actually started that back in 2008, about 10 years ago. The law was passed, but it still allowed a lot of public places to obtain exemptions. So we're just trying to strengthen that and see if we can pass it again, so people are not subject to having to work under secondhand smoke.
Okay, yeah. The Revs with a 2-out base runner here. Dotel had reached on a throwing error by the shortstop Sienna, but then caught stealing. And Jared Mitchell following with a 2-out single through the right side. He's on here. Revs lead at 4-3. Bottom of the third inning. Luis Cruz is at the plate. Simon another move to first. Mitchell back standing. Cruz an RBI single, his first time up. Talking with Liz Morales, one of the great volunteers with the American Heart Association, joining us in the booth. And Mitchell starts to go. That got the attention of Simon, who steps off and stares him back. Mitchell getting in his head a little bit. I know donations are a big key, right, Liz? And
yes.
And the walk will help raise a lot of money for the American Heart Association.
Yes, absolutely. Last year's walk, we had over 600 walkers and raised over 80,000. So this year's goal is 130,000, and we're confident that we can meet that.
Well, Cruz pops up to second to end the inning. Liz, thank you very much. Great to have you here tonight. And for those that want to sign up for the walk, online, right? You can do that.
www.heart.org/York Walk.
Wonderful. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you.
And I look forward to seeing you at the walk.
September 15th.
Yes.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks a lot. Enjoy the rest of the game tonight.
Thank you. So good to be here.
All right, Liz Morales from American Heart Association joining us. Michael's got the play-by-play in the fourth. The Revs on top, 4-3.
You line your feet up on the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body and cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time at a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Dolphin, Speedo, Nike, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer's shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet. We're more than sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
Show your patriotism and Revs spirit with the new York Revolution Hat Pack. Get 6 undated ticket vouchers to use any way you'd like and 2 parking passes, plus an exclusive Revolution hat featuring the Revs logo in red, white, and blue. It's an exclusive design from York's own Legacy Athletic and one you can only get through this special offer. The Revs Hat Pack, 6 game ticket vouchers, 2 parking passes, and an exclusive Revolution baseball cap, all for just $75. Get yours while supplies last at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Top of the fourth inning from PeoplesBank Park. A hot and humid night here in downtown York, Pennsylvania. Revs and New Britain Bees in game 1 of a 3-game series. Revs lead at 4-3. Swing and a miss there from the leadoff man in the top of the fourth for the Bees, Jonathan Galvez. Galvez, the 7-hitter, then James Skelton, the catcher, and Vinny Sienna, the shortstop, 7, 8, 9. And Bryce gets another one over. It's 0-2. So it's the right-hander Carl Bryce that made the start for the Revs tonight, is in his 4th inning of work. Bryce coming over from the New York Bucks in the Empire League is a signing. A long run for everybody over down the right field line. A foul ball out of play. It looked like Telvin Nash tripped on the tarp down there by the Revs bullpen down the right field line, but everybody's all good. So the count 0-2 on the leadoff man Galvez. Revs working with a 4-3 lead in the fourth. New Britain took an early 1-0 lead in the top of the first, but the Revs answered for 4, sending 8 men to the plate in the bottom of the first against Bees starter Kyle Simon. Bees got 2 back on a Matt Tuiasosopo 2-run shot in the top of the third. 0-2 pitch, fouled off again. And the count remains 0-2 on Galvez. Galvez at second base tonight for the Bees. We've got a good one between the Revs and New Britain. It's the first of 6 times that the Bees will be in town in the next 10 days. Revs go to Long Island for 4 after this, but then 3 more with the Bees right after as Bryce misses low and away. 1-2 the count now on the leadoff man Galvez. Galvez hitting .265 with 6 homers and 26 RBIs on the season. 0 for 4 with 2 Ks last night in Somerset. A ground ball foul down the third base line. It'll find its way back on the field of play. Wellington Dotel is going to have to go pick it up and left before we reset. Bryce has looked good so far tonight in his season debut. This is his 4th different independent league that he's pitched in. He started in the Pecos League in 2016, pitched in the USPBL in the Midwest out in the Detroit area in 2017. This year with the Empire League, the New York Bucks. Another one's fouled off the bat of Galvez. Count remains 1-2. And then from the Bucks to the Revs, he was a teammate of Roger Diaz with the New York Bucks. Just 24 years old is Bryce, the 6'5", 250-pound right-hander. 1-2 pitch, slider buried in the dirt, but laying off it is Galvez, and the count evens up at 2. Bryce, a native of Jackson, Mississippi, and all of a sudden the Revs have 3 Mississippi natives on the team. Robert Carson 1, Alonzo Harris another, and Bryce the 3rd. 2-2 pitch coming up. Ground ball past Bryce up the middle, a base hit. Just past Carl. Bryce tried to get the glove on it, but to no avail. And it's a leadoff man for the Bees. 2nd straight inning and the 4th straight inning, actually, they've had the leadoff man on. All 4 innings. The leadoff man has reached against Bryce, so that has been one knock against him tonight. Bees have hit some balls hard. They have 6 hits now in the game. But the Revs are in front. The offense came alive in the 1st. They did not score in either the 2nd or the 3rd, though. 1-run lead for the Revs. No outs and a man on first. James Skelton takes inside. He struck out looking his first time up. Casilla, the 3rd baseman, is going to play Skelton in, expecting the bunt, respecting his speed. A couple steps in front of the 3rd base bag on the edge of the infield grass. Dent pinching up the middle. So is Harris, the 2nd baseman. Nash, the 1st baseman, holding on the runner. 1-0 pitch, fastball low. It's 2-0. Revs have 8 hits in this game. The Bees have 6, and we're only in the top of the 4th inning. A lot of hard hit balls tonight on a hot and humid one in York. Skelton, the left-handed hitter, awaiting the 2-0. Cruz wants it low and away. The pitch from Bryce. It is low and away, and it's called strike 1. 2-1. Skelton was upset with home plate umpire Buzz Albert's call on the strike 2 in his last at-bat, and then he struck out looking. So there were some words given from the catcher Skelton to the plate ump Albert. Man on first is Galvez. He has a short lead. Fastball from Bryce misses outside. It's 2-1. 3-1 now. Luis Cruz will take a couple steps out in front of the plate, then fire it back to Bryce. Bryce rocking the high socks tonight. Listed at 250 pounds, doesn't look it. A little bit slimmer than that. Revs looking for the first out or maybe a double play. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball over for a strike. 89 on the gun. We've seen a steady diet of fastballs from Bryce, and he's run the count full on Skelton. This is Skelton's 3rd season with the Bees, 6th in the Atlantic League. 3-2 pitch. Runner goes. Fastball low and away. Ball 4. So it doesn't matter that Galvez went. He ends up at 2nd base anyway on the free pass issued by Bryce. 2nd walk in as many innings, and 2nd tonight that he's issued. That'll prompt a visit from pitching coach Paul Fletcher. Talk things over with his young starting pitcher. It'll be the 9-hitter Vinny Sienna up with runners at 1st and 2nd and no outs. The Revs lead at 4-3 over the Bees. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The Revs will get some bullpen action. It's young right-hander Estarlin Arias, who was just signed the other day to the Revs, Dominican Republic native. Was pitching in the Cardinals system before coming to the Revs, so it's Arias, the right-hander, getting loose. We'll see if he's the next Rev to make his team debut, as Bryce has already done so today. Bryce signed with the team on Friday. He came along with Alonzo Harris and Telvin Nash on a big day for newcomers here in York. Well, newcomers this season. Harris and Nash had already been here. Right-handed hitting Sienna steps in, shows bunt, and pulls back, taking high and away. Counts 1-0. All intentions of dropping a sacrifice there was Sienna, but the pitch was high. Well, 3rd base coach Miguel Gomez relaying signs to the runners on base and the batter Sienna. Galvez at 2nd, Skelton at 1st. Revs will pinch the corners in. The middle infield stays back. Now another pitch high and away. 2-0. Vienna Sienna, was squaring on that one as well. Revs holding a one-run lead, 4-3. Tying run is out at second. Bryce comes set on the mound, the tall right-hander. Squaring is Sienna. He gets one down third base side. Casilla fields it with the glove. Off-balance throw to first. In time, Harris covering at the bag. And they get the first out of the inning. 5-4 on the putout. Successful sacrifice bunt there for Vinny Sienna, so he gives himself up. And he puts runners at second and third. The tying run is 90 feet away. The go-ahead run in scoring position at second. And we go back to the top of the order, the center fielder, Darren Ford. The Revs will play the infield in all the way around. The outfield remains back.
Come on, Bryce.
Trying to keep that 4-3 lead. The Bees have scored the last 2 runs in the game. They got 2 in the top of the third. Threatening for more here. First pitch swinging is Ford, and he fouls one into the netting behind home plate. It's 0-1. Ford hitting .276 on the year, 7 homers, 29 driven in. This is his 14th professional season. Played 33 games at the major league level for the San Francisco Giants in 2010 and 2011. Right-handed hitter. Hands high above his head, the 0-1 in on the hands, and it makes it 0-2 as Ford fouls it off. Alexi Casilla about even with the third base bag. Dent, Harris, and Nash are on the edge of the infield grass at their respective positions. 0-2 the count with 1 out on Ford. Bryce tries to prevent any more runs from scoring. Chopper to short, Dent leaps, grabs it, can't go home. He'll throw to first instead to get Ford on the 6-3 putout, but it's an RBI ground out, and this one's all knotted up at 4. It was a high chopper out to short. Galvez broke home immediately on contact. Dent made the play. It was one where it looked at first as it was chopped that it might go over his head, but it did not. So he made the play. Only play was to first. There are 2 outs and a man on third now in a tie game. That'll be it for Carl Bryce. Mark Mason is going to go to his bullpen. He'll bring in the young right-hander Starlin Arias to follow up Bryce's team debut with Arias' team debut of his own. So we'll take a break. We're in the top of the 4th inning in a tie game. 2 outs and a man on third. Arias coming in. Stick with us on the broadcast.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Jay Gauls. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Spurt Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Back here on the broadcast, top of the 4th inning. We're tied at 4. The Bees have pushed 1 run across in the inning and knocked Carl Bryce out of the game. He finishes after 3 2/3. His line is not closed. Go-ahead run on third base for the Bees with 2 down. Brock Stassi, the batter, and he swings at the first pitch against new pitcher Starlin Arias, skies it out to center field. And on one pitch, as Travis Witherspoon puts it away, Arias gets out of the jam. So Arias, making his team debut, makes quick work of Stassi and strands the man on third. After 3.5 innings, it's the Revs 4 and the Bees 4. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth and see what the Revs can do at the plate. Stick with us.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Getting pumped for another year of high school football? All this month, Sports Radio 1350 WOIK lays it all out for you in the High School Football Spotlight, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Catch a preview every day in August on Sports Radio 1350 as we break down the teams and the players of the 2018 York Adams League.
Or go to WOIK1350.com to access this year's complete lineup of high school football preview. Then, this fall, every Friday night, it's the High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
Only here on Sports Radio 1350.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOIK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit PSECU.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK, York.
Bottom of the fourth inning from downtown York. Michael Marcantonini with you on the broadcast. It's the Revs 4 and the Bees 4 as Ryan Dent gets set to lead off against Kyle Simon. 8-9-1 for the Revs. Dent, Witherspoon, and Harris back to the top with Alonzo. Dent, his first time up, grounded into a 5-4 fielder's choice to end a 4-run first inning for the Revs, in which Kyle Simon threw 31 pitches. And Dent takes the first pitch of the inning on the outside corner for strike one. Simon is not allowed a run since that 4-run first for the Revs. The Revs do have 3 hits over the last 2 innings, though, as Dent flails at a changeup on the outer half. It's 0-2. 4 runs on 8 hits, 1 error for the Revs. 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors for the Bees in this one. Bees tied it in the top of the fourth off Carl Bryce. 0-2 pitch coming from Simon. Fly ball, shallow right field. Coming on is Jamar Walton. He's camped under it. He makes the grab for out number 1. So Simon throws 3 pitches. He gets Ryan Dent to fly out. And there's 1 out in the fourth. Here's Travis Witherspoon, a single and a stolen base his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Spoon back in center tonight. So when Bryce was yanked after 3 2/3 with a runner at third base after the Bees tied the game, Starlin Arias came in, his first appearance as a Rev, and on 1 pitch he got Brock Stassi to fly out and end the threat. Spoon takes a slider low and away. It's 1-0. So Arias just 1 pitch needed to get the final out of that inning. And the game is tied. 1-1 to Spoon, or 1-0 to Spoon. Swing and a miss. Now the count 1-1. Simon ready. Another slider to Spoon low and away, and Spoon comes up empty once again. And the count is 1-2. Simon, just 1 strikeout so far. He got Dotel swinging in the first. Not really a strikeout pitcher. 58 on the year in 93 innings. Spoon takes a slider that time a little bit inside and tight. It's 2-2. So 93 innings for Simon. He's 2 2/3 innings coming into the game away from the Atlantic League top 5. Now that could change if some of those other guys are pitching tonight. And he gets strikeout number 2 in this one, as Spoon just watches a fastball on the outside corner go by. 2 up, 2 down in the inning. Well, now the second baseman, Alonzo Harris, comes to the plate. This is his 3rd start, 4th game with the Revs. He did not play on Friday night in the suspended game, but did eventually come into that game when it was picked up on Sunday. Started on Saturday, started the 7-inning game Sunday, and now a start here at second base tonight. He's played mostly second base since rejoining the team. Takes a ball low and away. 1-0 pitch from Simon. He's working quickly. Here's a slider that misses outside. It's 2-0. We're tied at 4 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Revs and Bees opening a 3-game series. These two teams will see each other 6 times in the next 10 days. 2-0 pitch is over for a strike on the outer half. It's 2-1. Harris doubled his first time up in the leading off the bottom of the 1st, grounded out his next time. He swings and fouls one off. It's 2-2. Simon just gets back on the rubber and throws. That's what he's done so far tonight. He is already back on the mound before Harris can get back in the box. Alonso 2 hits now on the season in 4 games since joining the team. Got his first hit of the year on a bunt single yesterday. He takes low and away. It's 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. No one on. 4-4 game. And the full count pitch. Ball. Oh no, not ball 4. Strike 3 called on the low and outside corner. Harris is upset with himself, and you can't really blame him on that one. A called strike 3, a 1-2-3 frame for Kyle Simon. Fly out, strikeout, and strikeout. And after 4 full, we're knotted at 4. The Revs and the Bees going to the top of the 5th next.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Show your patriotism and Revs spirit with the new York Revolution Hat Pack. Get 6 undated ticket vouchers to use any way you'd like and 2 parking passes, plus an exclusive Revolution hat featuring the Revs logo in red, white, and blue. It's an exclusive design from York's own Legacy Athletic and one you can only get through this special offer. The Revs Hat Pack, 6 game ticket vouchers, 2 parking passes, and an exclusive Revolution baseball cap, all for just $75. Get yours while supplies last at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchase. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Michael Click. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball, home of the Revs, Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Well, nice to see we got a couple new liners in there. Michael Click bringing us back there on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. 4-4 the score between the Revs and the Bees in this 3-game series opener. Something going on here to start the top of the 5th inning. I think the Bees were just waiting to get a first base coach out there. As they didn't have anybody. It's Vince Condi, one of their infielders that's not starting tonight, that runs out there. So now we are set to resume play. As Starlin Arias out for his first full inning of work in a Revs uniform. Got the final out on 1 pitch of the 4th inning, and he starts the leadoff man, Davidson Romero, off with strike 1 to start inning number 5. Carl Bryce, the Revs starter in this one, went just 3 2/3. Leaves with a no decision officially. Gave up 4 runs on 6 hits. Slider from Arias misses outside. Ball 1, 1-1 the count. Arias, 6'1", 175-pound right-hander from the Dominican Republic, resides in Jupiter, Florida. His highest level reach was AA in the Cardinals system. Another slider misses outside. It's 2-1. Spent 2018 with High A Palm Beach and AA Springfield in the Cardinals system. 21 of his 27 appearances this year were in AA. Struggled a little bit, but he is a strikeout pitcher. Has fanned 169 batters and walked just 60 in 178 1/3 affiliated ball innings, and he gasses Romero there with a fastball up in the zone. It's 2-2. So 169 punch-outs 178 in the third innings. Pretty good numbers. A sub-4 career ERA in the Cardinals system as well. 2-2 pitch coming. The right-hander Arias serves up a fastball, and it's launched out to deep left field. Going back is Dotel, and that one will sail over the arch nemesis. A solo home run for Davidson Romero. The home run derby champ this season in the Atlantic League touches them all. Second homer of the night for the Bees. Matt Tuiasosopo, who will bat next, hit a 2-run homer earlier. And it's a 5-4 lead for New Britain here in the top of the fifth. They've scored 4 unanswered in the game. They've scored in 3 straight innings now. Give them 5 runs now on 7 hits, and they take the lead. So Romero goes yard, a towering shot over the arch nemesis. That brings up Tuiasosopo, who homered off Bryce his last time up. First pitch from Starlin Arias is outside, slider for ball 1. He's thrown that slider a few times, has not thrown it for a strike yet. Served up a fastball for the home run there. 1-0 pitch from Arias. Fly ball deep left center field. Dotel giving chase on a line. It one hops the base of the wall. Dotel picks it up on one hop. Throw into second. It'll be close and just not in time. And sliding in safe ahead of the tag from Harris is Tuiasosopo, a double. Extra base hits in back-to-back at-bats for Tui. He also drove in a run with a ground out in the first inning. So back-to-back hard-hit balls off Arias. Tuiasosopo clubbed that one. Dotel played it really well. His throw in, if it had been on a line, would have been in time. If it had taken a faster hop or a harder hop on the grass, Harris probably picks it up and is able to tag Tuiasosopo, but once it bounced, it rolled a little bit, and that's what ended up costing Dotel. And now Arias is going to ask for Cruz to come out to go over signs potentially. It's a 5-4 lead for the Bees in the top of the fifth inning. Runner on second and no outs. It's Tuiasosopo out at second. He did not start the year with the Bees, but since has been a great addition for them. And now Arias' responsibility will be Jovan Rosa at the dish. He's the DH in this one. First pitch fastball up and in, almost got him in the shoulder area. Did it almost get Rosa? And the count goes to 1-0. 5-4 lead for the Bees, top 5. They've already scored an in the inning on a solo shot from Davidson Romero. Arias looks at second base. Leg kick and the pitch. Fastball up in the zone. 89 on the gun. He gets Rosa to swing and miss. Walton's on deck. Rosa 1 for 2 with a single in the first, ground out in the third. Rosa hitting just .217 this season. 1 homer, 8 RBIs. A look at second for Arias. Now the pitch, slider, a check swing, and a foul ball off the bat of Rosa. And Arias ahead 1-2. Arias is a guy who throws hard like Bryce. Just another one of those younger guys that struggled a little bit in affiliated ball over the past couple of years, but trying to find his way now in the independent landscape. Look at second, the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Arias has his first punch out and first out of the inning. First strikeout in a Revs uniform, a big fastball there from the right-hander, and Rosa's down on strikes. That'll bring up Jamar Walton. Walton in right field tonight. He'll bat with 1 out and a man on second. That's Tuiasosopo. Revs will send Logan Williamson to the mound tomorrow night, and then Dominic Severino on Wednesday. First pitch from Arias, change up low in the dirt. Home plate umpire Buzz Albert's going to say Romero went around. He won't even ask for help there. And the count goes to 0-1. 1 out in the inning, man on second. Walton 0 for 2, struck out swinging his last time up. Bryce got him. Bryce struck out 2 and walked 2, giving up 6 hits in his 3 2/3 innings. 0-1 from Arias. Into left field, that's down in front of Dotel. And Dotel's going to get it in quickly. They'll hold the runner Tuiasosopo at third. Third base coach Miguel Gomez looked like he was going to send Tuiasosopo, but then held him. Dotel got it in quickly. It's a single for Walton. Third hit of the inning against Arias. Moving up to third is Tui. So first and third with one out for Galvez, who has a double, a single, and a run scored tonight. He saw the ball well off Carl Bryce. Now Luis Cruz is going to step out in front of home plate and give the first and third situation signs to the Revs infield. The Revs will keep the infield back with one out and the chance at a double play up the middle. Denton Harris will try to turn it. Alexi Casilla back deep at third. A little bit off the line. Nash holding the runner at first. First pitch fastball from Arias to Galvez is low, 1-0. The inning started with a solo homer from Davidson Romero. Matt Tuiasosopo followed with a double. He's on third. A 1-0 pitch. Cruz setting up low and outside the pitch. Good slider from Arias down in the zone. 81 on the gun. It's 1-1. And then after the Tui double, Rosa struck out swinging. Walton then singled the left, going to the opposite field. The first and third now for the Bees up one. It's 5-4 New Britain. Pitch. Good fastball right down the middle, but called a ball. And to be honest, I really don't know where that pitch could have missed. My guess is that maybe Buzz Albert just flinched and didn't see it. But that looked like it was right down the middle. Right down the middle for ball two. It's 2-1. We're in the top of the fifth inning. Revs were up 4-1 in this game. They are now down by 1, 5-4. Pitch popped up right side of the diamond, foul territory. Nash over by the Revs dugout. He makes the grab a couple steps shy of the dugout railing, and there are two outs. Big out for Arias there as he gets Galvez to pop up. Galvez is put away for the first time tonight. Well, Bryce induced two pop-ups in the first inning. Arias gets one here. It's up to the catcher, James Skelton, with 2 on and 2 outs. Runner still at first and third. Arias looking to record his 4th out of the night. Got the final out of the 4th inning. Has stayed out for the 5th. First pitch to Skelton. Change up low in the zone. They'll see if Skelton went around. He did not. First base umpire Joe Del Balso said Skelton checked. And the count's 1-0. See, that was the third base umpire, Bill Reuter. 3-man umpiring crew. One of them has to be out at second with a man on first. Long pause from Arias, the 1-0. Fastball misses a little bit off the plate. He wanted it. He stayed in the same pose as he came off the mound right there, expecting a strike call. Didn't get it. 2-0 the count. It sounds like the home plate umpire, Buzz Albert, saying something to Mark Mason about how Arias kind of stayed in that position expecting the strike call. Who knows, but that's what it sounded like. 2-0 now as Arias will look to work back on Skelton. Runners at the corners. Skelton looking for the end of the pitch. Cruz holds it low and away, but it's called ball 3. It's 3-0. Arias looks a bit upset on the mound that he's not getting those calls on the outside corner. The low strike has not been called tonight by Buzz Albert. It's a 5-4 Bees lead in the away half of the 5th inning. Skelton, the catcher, at the dish. 3-0 the count. Arias will have to work all the way back. A move over to first. Nash, a quick tag on on Walton, but he's back quickly. Not a big lead at all for Walton over at first, and that could have been a move just to disrupt Skelton's timing at the plate. Arias readies the 3-0, looks in at Cruz. Now the pitch. Fastball misses high and away, ball 4. And all 4 of these pitches, they really weren't that far out of the strike zone. I mean, not one of them was one where as soon as it hit Cruz's glove, you're like, okay, that's a ball way outside. They were all around the plate. That last one, definitely a ball, but a couple before that were around the plate, no doubt. And, based on the umpire, based on the night, could have gone as strikes. So now the bases are loaded with 2 outs for the 9-hitter Vinny Siena. First walk issued by Arias. First pitch to Siena, fastball high and tight. 5 straight balls thrown by the young right-hander. Just 24 years old is Arias. Cruz wants it inside. The 1-0 pitch upcoming. Siena, the right-handed hitter, in the box. Pitch from Arias. Fly ball, deep left field. Dotel going back. He'll try to play it off the wall, but he won't have to worry about it. A grand slam over the arch nemesis for the 9-hitter Vinny Sienna. And the Bees have opened this game wide open. It's 9-4 in the top of the 5th inning. The 3rd home run that the Bees have hit tonight. And that is a slam for the 9-man Sienna. Well, all of a sudden, this game is all New Britain. It was 4-1 Revs going into the 3rd inning. The Bees struck for 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. They have 5 runs now in this 5th inning. That's just the 3rd home run all season for Sienna, a .234 hitter coming in. And Arias has been tagged for 2 long balls here in the frame. We'll go back to the top of the order. Here's Darren Ford, no one on and 2 outs. 10 hits now in the game for the Bees, 3 of them home runs. And that one hurts. It had been a 1-run game, and Arias was 1 out and a couple pitches away from getting out of it. There's the 3rd grand slam the Revs have allowed this season. The other 2 have been hit by the Skeeters. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. And Arias, before the at-bat with Sienna, was upset that he wasn't getting the calls from Buzz Albert. He walked Skelton on 4 pitches, and like I said, he wasn't erratic in that AB. He was close to the zone. Well, Arias set. The 1-1 pitch coming to Ford. Swing and a miss. Well, the scoreboard was wrong. It was 1-2. So there's a punch out for Arias. He strikes out 2 in the inning, but he also allows 2 home runs. One of them a grand slam. The Bees send 8 to the plate. They score 5 times in the top of the 5th, and they've blown it wide open. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Bees 9 and the Revs 4.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with tropical shaved ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small. They can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Local sports on WOIK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
This is Logan Williamson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. First in York, first in sports.
All of a sudden, it's all New Britain in this one. 9-4 lead for the Bees over the Revs. Home half of the 5th inning. Alexi Casilla will lead off against Bees starter Kyle Simon, who allowed 4 runs to the Revs in the 1st inning, but has not allowed anything since. Meanwhile, the Bees have struck for 8 unanswered, and they lead it by 5. Casilla takes a strike from Simon to start the inning. It's 0-1. 2-3-4 for the Revs. Casilla, Mesa, and Nash. Simon continues to work quickly. The 0-1 pitch misses inside. It's 1-1. Alexi 6th in the Atlantic League in hitting. The guy behind him, Mesa is 8th. Dotel in between them 7th. If a man reaches, he'll hit in the inning. Casilla fouls one off. It's 1-2. Kyle Simon allowed 4 runs, 3 of them earned in the 1st inning. Revs strung together a rally. They got 5 hits in that 4-run first, but since then they haven't done much of anything. 1-2 pitch to Casilla. Chopper out to second. Charging is Galvez. He picks it up. Overhand flip to Stassi at the bag. 1 up, 1 down in the 5th. So Casilla retired for the first out. That brings up Melky Mesa. Mesa leads the Revs with 48 RBIs on the season. He's tied with Michael Burgess for the team lead in home runs with 11. Mesa comes in hitting .313. Was 2 for 12 in the series against Southern Maryland. Drove in 4 runs, though. Also scored 3 as he takes a strike on the outer half. Casilla grounded out. We'll see what Mesa can do against Simon. He's rolling right now. 0-1, misses outside, 1-1. The Bees lead at 9-5 in the bottom of the 5th. 9-4 in the bottom of the 5th, excuse me. Bees have scored in 4 of the 5 innings tonight. Mesa takes low and away. It's 2-1. 1 out in the inning, no one on. Straightaway defense in the infield and outfield for the Bees against Mesa. Wind blowing out to right center. 2-1 pitch. Mesa skies this one in the air to deep left field. Tuiasa Sopo ranging back. He's on the track, ranges over in left center, and finally puts it away for out number 2. That one off the bat, it wasn't one where you're like, oh, that's going to go. Didn't really have a chance either. The wind is blowing out to right, not left. And just a towering shot that the wind blew over a little bit towards left center from straight away left. And that's out number 2. Revs have 3 hits since that 4-run first, but they haven't been able to do anything with them. Telvin Nash up with 2 outs and no one on. The Revs had a golden opportunity in the second. They had runners at the corners with 1 out, but Mesa hit into an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. And that's kind of where things started to turn. 0-1 pitch coming up to Nash. And pitch misses inside, a change-up there from Simon, 79 on the gun. Nash with 3 homers and 5 runs batted in just 3 games coming into tonight. Hit 16 bombs last year for the Revs. 1-1 pitch, fastball in the outside corner. 2 2-run homers, a double, 4 RBIs, and 3 runs scored in his team debut on Friday in the suspended game. Eventually walked to reach base for a 4th time safely in that game when it was picked up on Sunday. 1-2 to Nash. He takes right down the middle, and Kyle Simon thought that was strike 3. So did I, to be honest. I mean, that's right there. But, I mean, I guess it's what it's been for both sides tonight is that one looked right there. But it's called a ball, 2-2. 9-4 lead for the Bees in the bottom of the 5th. The Revs with no one on and 2 outs. Simon readies the pitch. Slow chopper, left side. It'll be barehanded by Romero, the third baseman. Throws over to first. Off balance, and he gets Telvin Nash. 7 in a row sent down by Kyle Simon. He's retired the Revs in order in each of the past 2 innings, and after 5 full, the Bees holding on to their 5-run lead. We'll go to the top of the 6th. It's New Britain 9 and York 4.
Brimmer has been York's license and notary specialist since 1969. An approved online messenger for PennDOT, it offers registration and driver's license renewals, online title transfers, money orders, and notary service, all with a friendly staff that guarantees your satisfaction. For more information on Brimmer's convenient hours and fast service, call 717-699-1060 in York or visit them on the web at brimmers.com. Brimmer Fast Licensing and Notary Service with 4 convenient locations in York and Lancaster.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the 6th inning, in this one between the Revs and the Bees, it's New Britain 9 and York 4. 9 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors for the Bees. 4 runs on 8 hits, 1 error for the Revs in this game. Starlin Arias stays in. He's worked an inning and a third so far. He served up a solo homer and a grand slam and a 5-run 5th for the Bees. They've broken this thing open. 8 unanswered runs they've scored in each of the last 3 innings. And Arias starts off the leadoff man in the inning for the Bees, Stassi, with a strike. Brock been with a couple different affiliated ball organizations, most recently with the Rangers system with AAA Round Rock. Made it to the majors in 2017 with the Philadelphia Phillies. Made the club out of spring training that year and stuck with them for a while. 1-1 the count now on Stassi, and the pitch misses inside, make it 2-1. Stassi played in 51 games, hit 2 homers, drove in 7 runs with the Phils in 2017. Remember the interview he did right out of spring training when he found out he made the club was really emotional. It was his only major league season, first time he was called up, and it's really cool to see. 2-1 pitch misses outside, it's 3-1. Stassi was a guy who was a tough position to play in the Phillies organization. Ryan Howard had just left the team, been the first baseman for so long. Tommy Joseph was there. Reese Hoskins was in the system. A lot of first basemen in the system that he had to work behind. Hot shot out to second, backhanded by Harris, throws to Nash over at first. And Stassi is retired. 4-3 on the putout. And Arias retires the leadoff man here in the inning. Well, Arias allowed 2 home runs in the top of the 5th inning, and you know, it's notable, one because one was a grand slam that hurt, but the thing is with Arias, he had only allowed 9 home runs in parts of 5 seasons in the Cardinals system, and he allows 2 in his first full inning of work here with the Revs. Mike McGee loosening up in the pen, left-hander for York. Davidson Romero chops the ball foul. Romero hit a leadoff solo homer in the 5th against Arias. The Bees have 3 home runs in the game. 2 solo shots, or a solo shot, a 2-run shot, and a grand slam. 9-4 lead they have in the top of the 6th. Carl Bryce started for the Revs, went just 3 2/3, allowed 4 runs. He left with a no decision. 0-1 to Romero, fastball high. Romero was a well-deserved all-star selection for the Bees this year, and I mentioned earlier the home run derby champ. Has 11 home runs on the year. He's driven in 53. Both team highs there. 1-1 slider misses off the plate. Arias wanted that one, and so did everyone else with the Revs. That one's there. It's been a really tight strike zone for Buzz Albert tonight. He has been consistently pinching guys on both sides, but it seems like the Revs and Arias specifically have been hurt by Albert pinching them. 2-1, fly ball to left field, not deep. Dotel ranging over a little bit towards the line. Now a few steps in, he makes the grab, and that's out number 2. So back-to-back outs for Arias to start the 6th inning. He picks up the rosin bag to dry his hands off on this hot and humid night in York. Ground out and a fly out. Tuiasosopo will hit with 2 on and no outs. His team up 5. It's 9-4 Bees in the 6th. Tuiasosopo's been a tough out tonight. RBI ground out his first time up. And 2-run homer, then a double to left center. First pitch to Tui. His ball low and away. Tuiasosopo comes from a really athletic family. His brothers Marcus and Zach played college football at Washington. His dad, Manu, played college football at UCLA, and his sister played volleyball and now is a coach at the University of Washington. Pitch low and away. It's 2-0 on Tui. So some serious athletic ties, and his brother-in-law is Micah Owings. Owings, a former pitcher in the Diamondback system with the Reds as well, tried to return to the majors as a hitter. He could always rake as a pitcher and hit a few home runs here and there. Now, 2-1 the count on Tuiasosopo. Arias comes set. Cruz wants it outside. The 2-1 pitch. Shot into center field, but it looks like Toohey got jammed. Shallow center. Spoon camps under it, puts it away, and the inning is over. Starlin Arias, a good bounce-back inning. 1, 2, 3, down go the Bees in order in the top of the 6th. We'll go to the home half of the 6th and see if the Revs get some runs. They're down 4. It's 9-4 New Britain.
Have you heard? Royal Farms has gotten the national culinary recognition it deserves. Yeah, in Food and Wine magazine's article, 10 gas station foods across the country that are worth the detour, they put Royal Farms' world-famous chicken at the top of the list. Well, we've always known that Royal Farms has the best fried chicken, but now the whole world knows. So hurry into a Royal Farms to pick up some of their nationally recognized world-famous chicken before the world beats a path to their door. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast.
If you own a tractor-trailer business, then you know the cost of having your rig down instead of on the road. Rivers Truck Center in Red Lion keeps your trucks on the road by providing a one-stop shop for all your trucking needs. Rivers handles full-service truck sales and carries a full line of parts for all makes and models, has their own full-service collision center, and provides 24-hour emergency towing and roadside assistance. Check out riverstruck.com for more info. There's a reason Rivers Truck Center has been in business for over 40 years. They really do care.
It is easy being green. In York County, trash is safely managed at a waste-to-energy facility where it is used as fuel to produce electricity. The electricity generated from trash is enough to power 20,000 homes. That's enough to light the entire city of York. Learn more at www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Wellington Dotel set to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Revs. They trail the New Britain Bees 9-4 in this series opening game tonight. Another one tomorrow, and then the series finale on Wednesday. Logan Williamson against Rainey Lara tomorrow, the matchup, and then Dominic Severino against Andy Van Hecken on Wednesday. Dotel swings at the first pitch from Simon, chops it to third. Romero has it, throws off balance to first, and on one pitch, Kyle Simon has the first out of the 6th inning. Well, Starlin Arias stayed in the game for the Revs to complete the 6th. He got a 1-2-3 frame, got a ground out and 2 flyouts. So he's completed 2 1/3 innings in relief of Carl Bryce, who went 3 2/3. The 5-run top of the 5th against Arias, though, is what has really done the Revs in tonight. They trail 9-4 in this bottom of the 6th. 1 out, no one on now for Jared Mitchell. Simon cruising as he gets strike 1 over to Mitchell, and he's a guy that can get in a groove. He has 2 complete games, 1 shutout this season. The 1 complete game shutout was in a 5-inning rain-shortened game against the Revs, so take that one with a grain of salt. 0-1 pitch coming to Jared, swing and a miss. Nasty changeup diving in on the hands, and it's 0-2. Simon has worked back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. He's retired the last 8 Revs he's faced. Last man to reach base was Mitchell with a single in the 3rd. 0-2, the count on Jared, and the pitch. Pitch diving in on his feet. It's 1-2. Way inside there and low. 9 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors for the Bees. 4 runs on 8 hits, 1 error for the Revs. They have not scored since the bottom of the 1st. Pitch. Mitchell chops one off his foot, and now he'll roll over and somersault on the ground. Clearly in some pain, drop the bat. Home plate umpire Buzz Albert's going to go walk a new baseball out to Kyle Simon out in front of the pitcher's mound to give Mitchell some time. He's down on a knee, and now Chong Choi, the Revs athletic trainer, and manager Mark Mason will come out to check on Mitchell. He gets up limping, wincing in pain. He'll try to walk it off. Chong's going to ask him what's up, where he fouled it off of. Now Mitchell bending over at the waist behind home plate off to the first base side. The count is 1-2 on Jared with 1 out and no one on, as he'll look to try to regroup after fouling one off his leg area. It's 9-4 Bees. They took a 1-0 lead in the top of the 1st. The Revs answered with 4 in the bottom of the 1st, but the Bees have been the only team to score since. 2 runs in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 5 runs, including a grand slam in the top of the 5th, as Jared Mitchell, with the bat in his hand now, trying to walk that off. Just fouled a 2-strike pitch off of his foot or his ankle, leg, something in that general area. So he will stay in the game after a little bit of a delay. Chong and Mace came out to check on him. And Jared talking to Buzz Albert. Looks like he said he's ready to go. So he'll get a little round of applause from the fans in the seats. 1-2 the count with 1 out. Mitchell looking to spark something offensively for the Revs. He's the last man to reach on Simon. And they take strike 3 called. Slider on the outside corner. 9 in a row set down by Simon. 2 up, 2 down here in the 6th. And the Revs just have not done anything since the 2nd inning. Well, they scored all their runs in the 1st, but they had 2 more hits in the 2nd. 7 of their 8 hits have come in the first 2 innings. And all 8 have come through the first 3. Now with 2 down, Luis Cruz, who just had his 11-game hitting streak snapped on Saturday night. But during that 11-game hitting streak, he had 8 multi-hit games and really came on strong for the Revs at the plate. He takes a pitch outside. It's 1-0. Cruz has been impressive recently. After a hot start to the year, he went really cold at the dish and is red hot now into August. Chopper to third. Romero has it. Long throw across the diamond over to Stassi at the bag. Another 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Simon. The Revs have been retired in order each of the last 3 innings. 10 in a row now set down by Simon with 3 strikeouts in that span. And we'll go to the 7th with the Bees leading 9-4. Darrell's taken back over on the play-by-play. See if the Revs can hold the 5-run deficit.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Show your patriotism and Revs spirit with the new York Revolution Hat Pack. Get 6 undated ticket vouchers to use any way you'd like and 2 parking passes, plus an exclusive Revolution hat featuring the Revs logo in red, white, and blue. It's an exclusive design from York's own Legacy Athletic and one you can only get through this special offer. The Revs Hat Pack. 6 game ticket vouchers, 2 parking passes, and an exclusive Revolution baseball cap, all for just $75. Get yours while supplies last at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
This is Chang Choi, athletic trainer of the York Revolution. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hip, hip. Hip, hip.
Head of the 7th tonight, 9-4. New Britain leads it as Starlin Arias looking to bounce back, did so with a scoreless 6th inning. And Jovan Rosa leading off the 7th, swings and misses. First pitch, fastball up. No balls and a strike. Rosa tonight is 1 for 3. Walton and Galvez do this inning as well. It's the 0-1 pitch, and a swing and a miss. Breaking ball from Arias. He's got the sports specs under his cap. Making his Revs debut tonight. Unfortunate greeting, but did get a 0 under his belt in the 6th inning and still in. He fires, and a swing and a high chop toward the middle. Harris behind second. Plants gets rid of it, and Nash lunging into a stretch receives it. Nice play up the middle for the first out of the 7th. And Harris on the second high hop gloved it, got the feed set, and made the throw.
Arias has only made a couple bad pitches. It just happened that they were both homers and one was a grand slam. He's settled down nicely to be able to show that composure to come back and eat innings for the Revs, even though they're down 5. Threw up a 1-2-3 inning. He's retired 4 in a row now, 5 in a row. It's big to be able to do that.
Now Jamar Walton, first pitch, a swing and a miss as he golfs at a slider. Arias is now going 2 2/3. Bryce went 3 2/3. Nobody up in the Revs bullpen. 0-1, and that's in the dirt, in near Walton's feet. Now Arias giving them some innings tonight. Native of the Dominican Republic, now lives in Jupiter, Florida. 1-1, and a swing and a miss. Fastball right past Walton. Arias spent a lot of time on the Space Coast when he was in the Cardinals system his entire previous career. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him upstairs, ramped it up to 90, and had some late movement on it as well. 2 outs.
Yeah, you see what he can do, go up in the zone. Even though that's 89, it's effective because of how high it was. Cruz wanted that low. He didn't get it there, but hey, if you're going to miss way high instead of right down the middle, and that worked out there.
Now Jonathan Galvez, 2 for 3 with a double and a run. First pitch locates outside corner at 91 for a strike.
And you can live giving up homers. They just have to be solo home runs, and 2 of the homers the Revs have given up tonight have not been solo shots.
It's the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball, second base. Oh, right at Zoe. Came up too soon, but knocks it down and makes the throw to first. Might have hit him in the leg. He was expecting it to come up higher. It stayed low, but he keeps it in front and makes the play to end the inning. 7 in a row for Arias, trying to get settled in. It's stretch time here at the bank. It is a big lead for New Britain. 9-4 the score.
You know, something funny happens when people buy their dream home. They can both look at the same thing and see it in an entirely different way. He sees a man cave, while she sees an art room.
Hi, my name is Ryan Scott with J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, and this has become a common theme from our happy customers. With our competitive rates, quick process, and close-on-time guarantee, why would you choose another mortgage company to finance your dreams? Call us today at 855-JGW-LEND so we can get you on your path towards home ownership.
J.G. Wentworth Home Lending will take care of all the details of purchasing your home so you can focus on what to do once you move in. You know, will that great backyard be a beautiful garden? Or a beautiful new pool? Yeah, that's one detail we'll leave up to you. Call 855-JGW-LEND today. Mortgage loans offered by J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, LLC. 3550 Commission Court, Woodbridge, Virginia. NMLS ID 2925. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Equal housing lender.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
To 4 New Britain, bottom 7. Ryan Dent leads it off. First pitch from Simon is over for a strike. He's retired 10 in a row. And the Revs have not scored since that 4-run first inning. They led 4-1. Pitch, it is swung on, popped up. At first, it's Stassi drifting back. Under it, still on the dirt, and makes the grab, approaching the outfield grass, backing up. 1 down, that's 11 straight. Revs had 4 runs on 5 hits in the first inning. Started the night with 4 hits in a row, but after having 2 hits in the second inning, 1 hit in the third, they haven't reached base since. Here's Witherspoon, who's 1 for 2.
Well, Simon forces the Revs to swing early in the count. He's so around the plate so much.
First pitch here is a slider for a strike.
He's not going to walk guys. Only 19 walks coming in at 93 innings. And he works quickly, so not a lot of time to get set in the box.
It's the 0-1, and that's outside. He gave up 4 in the first, but here he is with 1 out in the 7th and still under 100 pitches, 94. Very efficient the last 3-4 innings. Pitch to Spoon, a swing and a miss, a cutter. Simon, who was traded from the Orioles to the Phillies system in the deal that sent Jim Thome to Baltimore in 2012. He was a minor leaguer in that deal. He fires, and a fastball just outside, 2-2.
Hall of Famer Jim Thome now.
That's right.
Did you get a chance to catch his Hall of Fame speech?
No, and I missed most of the NFL speeches. I whiffed. Here's a called third strike, away on Spoon. And he grimaces and smirks, and not in total agreement, but for the most part keeps it to himself. 2 down.
Similar pitch to a couple sliders that Arias threw and didn't get the call in the outside corner. And on a night where Buzz Albert's been squeezing guys, all of a sudden he makes that call, and that's not going to fly with really either side, and it just happened to go against the Revs there.
Now here is Zoe at the top of the order, 1 for 3, a double and a run. First pitch is up, but a called strike. Bees have scored 8 unanswered. They lead at 9-4. Simon winds and fires, and a swing and a foul back over the roof. So with pink batting gloves tonight.
I like that. Goes well with the black jersey.
You just never know what he's going to come out with. Sometimes he's got fluorescent green arm sleeves. Sometimes it's stars and stripes. There's the 0-2. And he swings, bounces it softly toward the middle. He's going to dig. Bare hand tries Sienna. Swing and a miss on the bare hand pickup attempt. And it lays there on the infield dirt. Zoe is safe at first. His second hit tonight.
Well, that's easy money right there for Zoe. Off the bat, that's an infield single. No chance for the shortstop, Sienna. I mean, the only really shot he had to maybe even make it close was if he comes up with that bare hand and is able to sling a sidearm throw. Too much speed there.
That'll end the 12-in-a-row streak. Here's Alexi, who's 2 for 3. Steal and a run as well. Throw over, and Harris is back standing. Revs do have their 9th hit against Simon, but it is their first since the 3rd inning. Another move over. Harris back standing again. Only one other game tonight, our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. It's a big one. Long Island 2 back of Somerset, leads 3-2 at Somerset in the 5th. And now a pitch out, but Harris not running.
Pitch out? We don't see that very often.
I think we've seen more catcher's interferences this year than pitch outs.
Easily, I think we've seen probably 5.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
1-0. And that is just inside. 2-0 to Casilla. Revs came in tonight 2 back of Long Island for that second wild card position, 1 back of New Britain. Pitch to Casilla, it's down low. And it's an important stretch coming up. This starts 10 in a row against either New Britain or Long Island. 6 of those against the Bees. The Revs will have to fare a little bit better than they have so far tonight, but it's only one night. And now the next one down and in, missed off the corner. And a 4-pitch walk to Casillas. So the Revs some 2-out noise. Malky Mesa to the plate. Simon now at 104 pitches on this hot night.
As much noise you can make with an infield single and a walk, but hey, look, I mean, if that's what it takes, that's often what starts a rally, and it's what often starts a 2-out rally. Somebody gets on a chopper, and then there's a walk, and then you throw the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a little bit, and that's the goal right here, to get Simon out of the rhythm he's in.
Here is Mesa, 1 for 3 with an RBI hit. First pitch, fastball over the outer half for a strike. Simon has been an innings eater.
Well, I know when the Revs are playing the Bees, I'm not going to fill up the pitcher slots in my scorebook because the Bees just use their starter for 7, 8 a night.
Here's a swing and a miss, 0-2.
So many guys that have thrown over 80 innings for them this year.
Bridgeport had maybe been the team that had done that the most in the past. Some of those guys now with New Britain. Here's the stretch, the 0-2. And a ground ball off Simon's foot. He kicks it to second. It's off the glove of Galvez. Harris trying to score. He will. Beats the throw home, standing up. And the Revs get a run back. It's 9-5. It'll be an infield hit and an RBI for Melky Mesa. And Alonzo Harris on an infield hit scores from second base. It was kicked up in the air by Simon. Galvez from second had to go back and couldn't handle it. And Harris never slowed down and beat the throw home from slightly back behind second base.
And Mesa smoked that ball up the middle, and I'm thinking as soon as Simon kicks it and it's up over towards Galvez that he's going to catch that in the air and flip to second or have time to go to first, but luckily in and out of his glove, and the Revs get a run.
Here's Talvin Nash. First pitch is swung on, tipped foul at the plate. Bees have right-hander Sam Gervasio up in the bullpen. The Revs now have the tying run on deck in this game, down 9-5.
Another multi-RBI game for Mesa. 50 on the year.
Nash tonight, 1 for 3, RBI hit in the first. The pitch almost hits him as he jumps back. 1 ball, 1 strike. There were 2 outs, nobody on. The Revs have scored their first run since the first. Harris an infield hit, Casilla a walk, Mesa an infield hit. 1-1. Fastball, little high. Over the plate, but a little above the belt. 2-1. Each team now with 10 hits on the night. Simon goes to the rosin bag. 109 pitches into his workload now. He's ready from the belt. The 2-1. And it missed off the plate away. So Nash can look for one that he likes. 3 balls, 1 strike. Wellington Dotel is waiting on deck. Simon stares, he sets. The 3-1. It is over for a strike, top of the strike zone. 3-2, and the runners will be off and running. Revs down 4, trying to cut it closer before this game goes to the 8th.
Well, both runs will score if Talvin can find a gap here with 3-2 and 2 outs.
Here's the pitch. Swinging a well-hit ball straight away center. Ford is back. It is off the base of the fence. And both runners will score. Nash stands at second with a 2-run double. And it's 9-7. Here in the bottom of the 7th, the Revs are right back in it.
Ain't over till it's over. He smoked that ball.
Nash now in 4 games since coming back has driven in 8, and he's got 5 extra base hits. And that's it for Simon. As Wally Backman makes his way to the mound, the Revs will have the tying run at the plate. And Dotel will face his former Bridgeport teammate Sam Gervasio. Nash is so strong you're surprised when a deep drive doesn't leave the park, but he hit it 400 feet on the fly off the base of the wall in dead center.
Wow, that thing was clobbered, and I was a little surprised it didn't get out. It looked like it really had the distance, and I don't know if maybe it couldn't really have been the wind. The wind died down a little bit. I think it just kind of came up a little bit short on that high batter's eye in center. If that's a little bit over to left center or right center, that's gone on the shorter fence. I mean, he smoked that thing. What is it, 400 to dead center? He hit that about 399.
Yeah, 405 actually. Didn't,
all right, then he hit about 404, 403.
It wasn't the highest drive, so maybe just didn't have the height to go all the way.
Yeah.
But a 9-7 game, and Gervasio will take over. Revs in the midst of a comeback bid tonight. Pitching change is brought to you by Maple Donuts.
As you clean it out, keep in mind Community Aid's looking for your lucky leftovers. After you wrap up your yard sale, donate what's left over at your closest Community Aid Drive-Up Donation Center. They're attached to each of Community Aid's incredible thrift stores in our area. Hanover, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Mechanicsburg, and Selinsgrove. Community Aid wants your lucky leftovers to help more than 750 local charities. Learn more at communityaid.net. But don't forget, give your lucky leftovers to Community Aid. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland offers a variety of lesson plans for every budget. Owner Carmen Fusco has 38 years of Major League Baseball experience, and our staff is made up entirely of professional instructors, including Carmen Fusco, Sam Knott, TJ Cronenberger, and Lisa Baker. We offer one-on-one private instruction, camps and clinics, and year-round travel ball programs focused on developing the player. We differ from other facilities because we offer professional instruction with Major League Baseball techniques. We also provide free college placement for our athletes. Conveniently located off I-83 between Harrisburg and York, check out Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland and go online to FuscoProBaseball.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Now Sam Gervasio takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And Dotel digs in, tying run at the plate. First pitch is a slider in for a strike. Gervasio's got the sideways hat like Fernando Rodney. Maybe even higher and more on the side of his head.
A little like Josh Kimborowicz too. Oh, this is worse though.
That's right. There's the 0-1. And a slider bent just outside. He's got a little bit of a funky delivery as he stares in at Buzz Albert there.
I mean, that hat is not even on his head. I don't know how it's staying on. It might be covering his one ear.
Now he's ready. His ear ring glistens. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Dotel reaching on that slider.
Our official scorer, Brian's got his hat on sideways now.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Mace walked out one day and saw him and turned his hat upward on the side of his head. And Sam said, "Come on, man." Here's the stretch. 1-2. Swing. He fights it off foul against the top right edge of the netting. Gervasio, it kind of looks like he opens the hip early and he slings it from a 3/4 angle. Definitely some deception there. Simon went 113 pitches, 6 2/3, 11 hits, 7 runs. It's the 1-2 breaking ball fouled off over the first base roof. Dotel tonight is 0 for 3 in the game. Both these guys formerly in Bridgeport. Revs down 9-7 here in the 7th, have put up 3 in the inning. And still plenty of time to go. Gervasio ready. The 2-2. Swing and a foul again. Back upstairs. As that bounces all the way down in front.
Dotel's wearing him out right now. Gervasio stayed in the upper half of the strike zone. If Dotel gets a pitch he can pick on, he could tie this thing up.
There's another 2-2. And it slides away. Good eye. And Dotel works it full. Jared Mitchell waiting on deck. Nobody up in that New Britain bullpen for a lefty. Gervasio 0-2, 2.32 ERA. Here's the stretch. 3-2 pitch, and a swing and a bouncing ball to short. Sienna's got it, fires to first, low, but Stassi makes the backhand pick. And the inning is over. Gervasio, known for his slider, got Dotel to reach and roll that one to short. But the Revs, right back in it, 3 in the inning, all with 2 outs, 3 hits, 1 left. We'll go to the 8th. It is New Britain 9, York 7.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planning your next visit to York? Book your stay at Courtyard by Marriott. Conveniently situated near local businesses, shopping, dining, downtown, and local attractions, Courtyard by Marriott features a state-of-the-art lobby, inviting flexible spaces to work or relax, free Wi-Fi, our well-equipped fitness center, and the Bistro, offering healthy options and refreshing choices, including Starbucks and an evening bar. Your stay is sure to be more comfortable, productive, and enjoyable than ever before. Courtyard by Marriott, 2799 Concord Road in York. Book your stay at 717-840-7840.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350. WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head to the eighth, 9-7 is the score. Revs are right back in it. Left-hander Mike McGee will make a return to the mound here. Been a while for him. He was inactive for the visit to Sugar Land. And the Philadelphia native is on in relief. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Arias closed out with his final 2 innings scoreless after a rough beginning. McGee now trying to string those zeros together as well.
He's an Eagles fan. When I was talking to him in the clubhouse the other day, we were done talking. He said, "Go Birds." I said, "Go Birds" right back.
Good man. James Skelton will lead it off. And here's McGee's first pitch. It misses outside. He made his debut in Lancaster a couple of weeks back. Gave up 1 run. Then he had a really rough outing Sunday, July 22nd. Gave up a grand slam against Sugar Land, the 1-0. And that misses high and away. Now his hat falls off again. And Gervasio can pitch, and his stays on his head?
Yeah, I was just talking about that with Greg in the middle innings. I don't know how his stays on, and it wasn't even moving. I guess he's just got it mounted there.
Here's the 2-0. Fastball just outside. It's got to be annoying every time that thing falls down over your eyes or off the side when you release a pitch.
Right, and Pugliese was having that issue earlier in the season. I guess he got a smaller hat by now.
Here's the 3-0. And it falls on the ground, and the pitch misses just inside. 4-pitch walk to James Skelton, who has walked for the 3rd time tonight. Not as much this year, but in the past he has been among league leaders in walks. Last year led the league and tied a league record. And McGee was brought in just to face the lefty, and here comes Mays. He is the only lefty in the bullpen, so they were looking for him to be a lefty specialist here in this situation, but Skelton takes the free pass.
Yeah, it's tough to throw 4 pitches, not even get one over the zone. And in a close game like this, now they needed to keep the leadoff man on base, and now it's Junior Rincon, the guy that's been lights out over the last month or so, is going to be the guy.
Well, pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. He's on his way in. Revs trail 9-7 here in the 8th. Leadoff man on for the Bees when we come back.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options.
Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Planning your summer vacation? Looking to take care of those long overdue home improvements? Hello, I'm Tara Hauser, Vice President of Marketing at First Capital Federal Credit Union. Make all your dreams come true with a home equity loan from First Capital FCU. For a limited time, take advantage of a 7-year home equity loan of $10,000 or more with an annual percentage rate as low as 3.99%. Visit firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any branch to apply. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, reminding you about natural gas safety.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
It is Ricardo Gomez who's in, set to go. Vinny Sienna bunting first pitch, and he fouls it over toward the Revs dugout. Strike one. He already has a sac bunt tonight. Not only that, he's got a grand slam back in the 5th inning. Biggest hit of this game, part of a 5-run inning. And the number 9 hitter for New Britain, his 3rd home run of the year. He squares. Gomez sets, fires, runner goes, and he bunts anyway, and it's foul, first base side. Gomez over to put a foot to it and put a stop to it. And that is strike 2. And Sienna tonight, a line out to right, then a sac bunt. And the inning after being asked to sac bunt, hit a grand slam. That was the last time he was up. 9-7 New Britain the lead. Top of the order, and Darren Ford will follow next. Gomez, tough outing on Saturday night. 2 hits, a walk, no outs, 1 run given up. Looking to bounce back. There's the 0-2. Breaking ball, a little high. And he had a couple of rough outings in Sugarland as well, so he's trying to get back to that dominant shutdown setup role that he had carried for really a couple of months. Had some early season struggles that he got past. Pitch is swung on and missed. There he goes. Slider away, and Sienna fans on it. And a big first out here in the 8th.
That's big right there. You got to come back and get an out, and Gomez doing more than that, getting the strikeout.
The overall season has him at 2-1, 4.99 ERA. Here is Darren Ford, top of the order, 1 for 4. Infield hit and a first inning run. Then he drove in a run on a ground out in the 4th. 1 on, 1 out. Gomez the pitch. Slider bends away. Cruz comes out, staring Skelton back, who does have 5 steals. Attempted to run when Sienna bunted foul. 9 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Bees. 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for York. And Gomez will sling one over to first. Skelton back standing. Hot, muggy night. The flag is completely still. There's no wind or even a breeze to combat that heat. There's the stretch. Gomez the 1-0. And a swing and a pop-up. Nash going back from first in foul ground, and it lands foul. With Nash chasing and Harris making a beeline from second all the way out toward the Revs bullpen as well. Mitchell was closing. As 3 were in pursuit, but it landed in the open space. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's hot out there, but any guest that comes in here remarks about how hot it is in here. There's a little HVAC malfunction in this room.
Just a little bit. It's hot. It really is.
The stretch, throw to first, back standing is Skelton. If you hear a thud, it's just me. Face down on the desk. 1 ball, 1 strike. Michael's got his cut up fresh fruit to keep him going.
Oh, I already ate that. Got more containers of other stuff though. that was a good pregame boost though.
There's the pitch, swinging a foul back off the net. Some good fructose to get you through the evening.
The key is to get a bunch of different fruits in there. Got to mix it up.
Does any candy come out of this helicopter?
I wish.
It's twice that this one has gone over.
It's the Revs fly over.
1-2 on Ford. He was with the Patriots last year, tore his ACL early in the year, but back here in 2018. Gomez fires, missed outside. He was trying to avoid, I think it was a throw or a tag, or maybe even a collision at first base last May, and he stepped awkwardly and went down. Made it to the majors with the Giants early in his career. "33 games in the big leagues." Here's the 2-2. Skelton runs, swinging a pop-up foul. Nash heading over toward the first base. Stands and he reaches, and it lands right against the concrete, just out of his reach. That was a real inside-out swing from Ford in protect mode, and he blooped it, and it was nearly run down. He just does stay alive. Speaking of corner infielders, with our abbreviated intro tonight, failed to mention that the Revs did make a roster move today. They did part ways with Jose Cuevas, who had a couple of really good years with Bridgeport, but struggled to ever really get going this year. Henry Castillo, I'm sure will get some time at third. They have Alexi there tonight. Here's the 2-2. Swinging, it's fouled off the netting. As Ford spoils that slider. So it was Cuevas released, and Jonathan Sanchez put on the reserved list with tendinitis that he tried to pitch through, and after the fact, after a really tough outing in Sugar Land, admitted that that was bothering him and that he would need some time. Gomez sets, fires, missed outside, 3-2. And a good at bat from Ford. And now Skelton, especially a full count, he's a pretty good bet to run here. Bees lead it 9-7, 1 on, 1 out in the 8th. We're down 9-4, but put up 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Now Ford will ask for time and back out. He was with the Giants 2010 and 11. Here's the stretch. And the payoff pitch. Skelton runs, it misses down and away. Appeal to first, and Ford did go around on it. Tried to hold off. It was down and pretty well out of the strike zone, but he went too far, says Joe Del Balso. It is a steal for Skelton, no throw. But they get the out on Ford, back-to-back strikeouts for Gomez.
That's a big pitch right there, and even though it wasn't anywhere close to the zone, that's a tempting pitch to swing at, and Ford did. Now Stassi gets the intentional pass.
Been a while since we've had one of those. Now that'll make it first and second with 2 outs for Davidson Romero. They'll go right on right with him.
And that's clearly a matchup only intentional walk right there, because I think you'd rather face Stassi production-wise than Romero, given what Romero's done this year.
And tonight, 1 for 4, homered in the 5th, his 12th. Top 5 in RBIs. First pitch, down and in, made him move his feet on that slider. Gomez trying to keep this a 2-run game, 9-7 in the 8th. Skelton at second, Stassi at first. Revs led early 4-1, but ran into some trouble in the middle innings. Now Gomez, a look back, the 1-0, and it slides and darts away, ball 2. By the way, tomorrow night is 6:30 again. Logan Williamson against Rainey Lara. Wednesday at 6:30, Dominic Severino against Andy Van Hecken. There's the stretch from Gomez. The 2-0. Slider right there for a strike. That was a good one. Romero stuck looking at it with the bat on his shoulder. 2 balls, 1 strike. Romero, who came up in the Twins system and played at Double-A New Britain when Twins had their club there. Here's the stretch. The 2-1. Swinging a foul tip into the backstop. Back with 93-mile-an-hour heat. And Gomez evens it up.
A big pitch coming right here. You don't want to have to face Tuiasa Sopo really at all, especially with the bases loaded, or even if Romero puts a run in. You got to end this inning here.
Yeah, Tuiasa Sopo on deck. He's had a big night. Homer, double, 3 driven in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, with 2 on and 2 out, and down 2. Gomez a look back, kicks, fires, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Slider diving away, and he strikes out the side. Coming in the 8th inning, and that'll hopefully get Ricardo right back on track. No runs, no hits, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Remains New Britain 9, York 7.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make 1 call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
Bottom of the 8th, former Oriole Adam Lowen is the new pitcher for New Britain. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. The lefty comes in. He's done an excellent job out of their bullpen. Jared Mitchell is who he will face first. Bees make a defensive change. Galvez is out of the game at second. Sienna goes from short to second, and the new shortstop in Galvez's spot is Vicente Conde.
I assume that's a defensive upgrade in the middle of the infield with a 2-run lead. Didn't see Galvez hurt anything. First pitch to Mitchell is a breaking ball called strike. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Revs down 2. At one point, we're down 5, trying to put together a pretty sizable comeback. Now the 0-1, and a swing and a high chop foul down the first base side. Lowen in 17 outings, 2-0 with a 0.68 ERA, 1 run in 13 1/3, and only 7 hits allowed, 4 walks, 16 strikeouts. 6'6" lefty, now 34 years of age. And he's set. Here's the 0-2. He drops down a bit and gets a swing and a miss. High fastball at 89. And Lowen strikes out Mitchell. 1 down here in the 8th inning. Lowen, a 16th year pro. The former big leaguer started this year at AAA Round Rock with the Rangers. 5 appearances. Pitched pretty well, but they let him go. 63 outings, 29 starts in his big league career. 10-8 with a 5.85 ERA over 5 years. The Orioles 06, 07, and 08. Here is Luis Cruz. First pitch is in for a strike. The Phillies in 2015, 7 years later, and the Diamondbacks in 2016. Lowen, a 4th overall pick of the Orioles in 02. He's ready, fires, and Cruz swings, bounces it to third. 2 clean hops to Romero. He'll take his time, fire it strongly to first. 2 away. As Lowen got in on Cruz there, and the Revs are down to their final 4 outs in tonight's game.
Well, it just goes to show if you're a left-handed pitcher, you can hang around forever. And even at the major league level, 7 years in between major league appearances, it can happen if you pitch from the left side.
Now here is Ryan Dent, who's 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch, fastball up and away. Lowen has also played some outfield. And it had been working on making that transition at one point. Matter of fact, as an outfielder, he was up with Toronto for a bit. Here's a swing and a high drive. See you later. Oh my, way back in left center and deep into the playground. It's a 1-run game. Ryan Dent does it for the 2nd straight day. Home run number 11 and a massive, majestic shot past the right edge of the arch nemesis and deep over the building at the entrance to the playground in left center. It's 9-8.
He doesn't hit many that don't go that high. He hits a lot of majestic shots, like you said, and that thing was smoked. Left on right, with a little bit of an open stance, able to turn on it, get the hips into it. Would have been nice if somebody was on base, but the Revs are chipping away, and that's what matters.
They have scored 4 unanswered. Here's Witherspoon. He swings, fouls the first one back. Just the 2nd run Lowen's given up. Both have come on solo home runs. Witherspoon 1 for 3. Single and a steal tonight. They are within 9-8. The 0-1. It misses away. Yesterday, the Revs bid at a 6-run comeback, came up just short by this final score in the game that was actually started on Friday. There's the 1-1, and a swing and a pop-up foul and out of play, first base side. Tonight, they're trying to come back from down 5. Runner within a run. It was against the Bees almost 2 years ago to the day that they tied a team record with a 7-run comeback. Yesterday would have been the biggest since then had they been able to complete it. Low in the stretch, the 1-2. And an excuse me swing, fought off foul. Right in off the knuckles, and Witherspoon did just enough to
loop it over the right edge of the netting, hangs in there. Revs now out hitting the Bees 12-10. That is their first home run tonight. Bees have hit 3. And those 3 have accounted for 7 of their runs. Low in the pitch. Ooh, a swing and a miss, and it might have hit Witherspoon. It did, and he's out. As it rolls to the backstop, but it made contact with him. It's a dead ball, and he's out. A slider that he thought was a fastball. He pulled the trigger early, and it kept breaking in and hit him in the feet as he swung and missed and fell to the dirt. So the Revs are going to have to try to complete this in the 9th inning, but they do pull within a run on Dent's solo blast. Go to the 9th inning. New Britain 9, York 8.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Neighbors not so neighborly anymore? Sick of the size of your current home? Is renting feeling like a relentless waste of money? Agent Adam knows the feeling. With a 100% contract-to-close track record, Agent Adam and Housebroker Realty will sell your home quickly and help you buyers explore new home ownership with confidence. Go to agentadamsells.com or call 717-757-9999 and ask for Agent Adam personally. That's agentadamsells.com or 717-757-9999.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 9th, James Pugliese, the new pitcher for the Revs. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Revs within a run, 9-8. And Pugliese will try to keep it a 1-run margin. Middle 3 in the order, beginning with Matt Tuiasosopo. Here is the first pitch, and a fastball missed high. Tuiasosopo tonight, 2 for 4. 2-run homer, double, 3 RBIs. There's the 1-0, and a changeup pours in for a strike. He's done some damage here in this ballpark where his brother-in-law used to pitch, Micah Owings, as Pugliese misses in the dirt, 2-1. Micah is his brother-in-law. Owings pitched here, had a fine year for the Revs back in 2016. There's the 2-1, and a fastball called strike, outside corner. Pugliese in for a second straight day. Technically Friday's game, but was in yesterday, allowed 1 run in 1 inning. And here is the pitch. Slider in the dirt. The Bees have closer Evan Scribner up in their bullpen. And the Revs in the bottom of the 9th inning will have the top of the order up. So trying to stay within a run here. And Pugliese, the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Fastball outside corner. Tuiasosopo having some words. He's rung up though. 1 down here in the 9th. Revs with their 9th strikeout as a staff, 7th from the bullpen tonight.
Well, that pitch has been called for both sides. So it's only fair that Pugliese gets the call, and that's big to keep the leadoff man off base. A lot of strikeouts tonight.
I'll bring up Jovan Rosa, who's at 1 for 4 in the game. first offering. It's a little low. Pugliese is 0-1, 5.14 ERA and 13 outings. A lot of the damage was done early on when he was just getting acclimated. He's been pretty good of late. It's the 1-0. Changeup just missed, down and away. The Revs, as we said, come back yesterday, fell short by this score. The 2-0, swing and a miss. He went fastball at 94 up and out of the zone. Rosa couldn't stop in time. A half cut at it, 2-1. Now the wind, the pitch, and it's down low, ball 3. Both teams 12 and 13 in the second half. Revs a game behind the Bees, who are a game behind Long Island for the second wild card position. The 3-1, and it's outside, a walk to Rosa. So he's a one-out base runner. That's the 6th walk from Revs pitchers tonight. One of those was intentional last inning.
Now the walks are tough. It's what's led to a few of these runs. Home runs and walks, they don't sit well, and they usually don't end well. But it's all about keeping this a one-run game right now. You have to feel confident if you're the Revs going in with Harris, Casilla, Mesa in the bottom of the 9th.
Here's Jamar Walton, who's 1 for 4, single and a run. First pitch, fastball, got it across, up in the zone. It's a called strike. 9-8 New Britain here in the 9th inning. At one point, they led 9-4. As early as the 5th, throw over, back on a dive is Rosa. They led by that score as late as the 7th. As the Revs try to chip away and hopefully strike in the 9th inning and finish it. Pugliese, the 0-1, and a late swing, shot foul off the very end skybox on the left field side. It's 0-2. Revs will be trying to walk off for the 2nd straight game. Walton hit a walk-off against the Revs back in May. A home run in the 8th inning of a 7-inning doubleheader game. 0-2, and a changeup just missed.
That's right there. And it's the low strike hasn't been called, but that's a little bit higher in the zone where you think you'd get the call there, especially breaking over the plate.
Now 1-2. Cruz will set up away. The pitch, swinging a rip it short. Oh, Dent makes a great pick. Runs to the bag, throws to first. Double play. Walton slams the helmet, and Ryan Dent a magnificent 6-3 double play to send this game to the bottom of the 9th. It was a bullet, and he made a sliding short hop pick to his left. Do or die, and he did. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Bottom of the 9th. Revs trying to finish a comeback. They trailed 9-8.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Runners know the challenge. It's not the uncompromising weather. It's not the pounding repetition. It's not knowing how to dig deep as you start the climb of that last hill. For runners, the challenge is the discipline to keep running.
Flying feet.
Casual runners, amateur runners, hardcore runners, no matter what level runner you are, Flying Feet Sports Shoes is with you every step of the way. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear and properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. Flying Feet has become the leader in athletic footwear, properly fitting the feet of runners throughout Central PA. And that holds true whether you're training or racing on roads, tracks, or trails. For those searching for that discipline, Flying Feet provides the latest shoe innovations, the accessories and equipment, and the inspiration to keep on running. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and the true understanding of what running is all about. As one local runner put it, Flying Feet is family, and all runners are welcome.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Melrose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the ninth, and the Revs trying to do it again. This time trying to come from behind to do it. Yesterday they needed one run to walk off the Crabs. Got it. Alonzo Harris will lead it off. Evan Scribner, the new pitcher. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. The closer for New Britain. And the first pitch, it's down and away. Harris trying to get on to start. He's 2 for 4, a double, 2 runs scored tonight. He ignited a 3-run 7th with a 2-out infield hit. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a line drive right at third. Into the glove of Romero. And Harris with a smash, but right at the third baseman for out number 1.
Man, that's deflating. You can't hit a ball much harder than that. And Romero's done a good job over at the hot corner tonight, near the line. I mean, a little bit higher, man, that's a double to the gap, and who knows what happens after that.
Man, oh man. Here's Alexi. First pitch, breaking ball. He creeps up, lets it come in for a strike. Casilla 2 for 3. 2 runs, a steal, a walk. Scribner 1 and 2 with a 267. He fires, curveball, loop the other way, toward the line in left, and it lands foul. Tuiasa Sopo on the move. It lands foul by a couple of feet across into the New Britain bullpen. Scribner with 16 saves, 4th in the league. 27 innings, just 2 walks, 23 strikeouts. He was in the big leagues just last season with Seattle. 8 outings last year, 145 in his big league career. He's ready. The 0-2, and a breaking ball chipped foul over toward Mesa, who's on deck. Been in the majors with the Padres, A's, and the Mariners. He hasn't allowed much this year. First outing since Thursday, got a save at Somerset. Pitch is line center field, coming in Ford. It hangs up for him. He was playing shallow and angled toward left center, and Alexi trying to spray one up the middle. Ford would not allow there to be open grass for him. 2 down.
Some good contact off Scribner with Harris and Casilla, and it's good to see that they're on it. Hopefully Mesa's on it too and can prolong this game.
If he can, Talvin Nash waits on deck. Mesa 2 for 4 tonight. 2 runs, 2 ribbies, a steal. If he can get on, Nash would be the winning run. First pitch, fastball missed away. Revs down 9-8. They were down 9-5, scored 3 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th to get to this point. Now Scribner sets, turns, fires, and a swing and a pop-up foul. Should find the seats and will. Over on the first base side, Scribner, who turns a little bit and shows his number to the hitter. He's been a good mid but fairly early season pickup for them. Now ready, the 1-1. Fastball called strike on the outer edge. And the Revs are now down to their final strike tonight. 1-2 with 2 outs in the 9th. Base is empty. Scribner ready. Gonna go away. Pitch to Mesa, swing, and he fights it off foul. First base side. That was a fastball that was more in. Mesa able to fight it off.
Staying alive right here. Be a good time for some 9th inning dramatics. 2 strikes on him down to the last out.
Here we go again. Scribner ready. And the pitch. Swinging a foul against the netting. And again, Mesa up to the task. Hanging in there. 1-2 it holds. Revs started the 7th inning rally with 2 outs. Dent homered in the 8th with 2 outs. 5 of their 8 runs tonight with 2 outs. Pitch. Swinging a high fly right field. Walton going back deep, carrying onto the track, and he reaches out and makes the grab. Has room with a step to spare in front of the wall, going the other way in deep right. And Mesa gave it a ride, gave it a shot, but comes up that close. And the Revs comeback bid tonight, and for that matter, for the 2nd straight day, comes up that close. It's a 9-8 final as the Bees hang on and escape with a series opening win here in York tonight. A 1-2-3 save for Scribner, and all 3 balls were hit hard. The 3rd one was hit deep, but all 3 were caught. His 17th save of the year, and the comeback bid comes up a run shy. It's a 9-8 final tonight as the Bees line up through the infield, slapping 5. Stay tuned. Post-game show is coming up next.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at